woke up, couple bodies from the club dealing with this hangover. God damn.
Well then, choose your fighter. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Nikki P. Fight! Nice. She took the theoretical earrings off. Joe wiped off the hypothetical blackface.
Nah, I put on Vaseline. What is wrong with you?
Oh.
I didn't know what that was.
All right.
She took out the earrings and they put the Vaseline on.
The hypothetical blackface? I don't know. I don't know what black people do before they fight.
Okay.
You just throw hands like everybody else.
No, y'all have multiple shirts that need to be taken off.
Okay. I never understood the Vaseline thing.
Me neither.
Was that? I think it's somebody explained it so that the hands slip off of you.
Oh, I thought it was because of scratches and shit.
That's what I thought.
At first,
yeah.
I thought it was like bruising and stuff, but somebody else said it like so that when they hit you, it slides off.
Probably slides off easier.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to the Hangover Podcast. I am your host, Trey, a.k.a. Walter White, a.k.a. I am appalled at the prices of Popeye's chicken.
They went up?
Every month, I feel like. Sitting all the way to my left, the one that's always a constant pain in my ass, the one that does everything he can to make sure that our house is not a home. He is a home wrecker, but doesn't even have to fuck the other person. Average Joe.
It's one of my many talents.
And then sitting to my left, as always, the beautiful, the illustrious, the baby mama, the one that will throw hands, but only if you under 20. You know what I'm saying? Mother Tequila herself, Miss Nikki P.
Hello.
Made you sound pussy.
And then sitting directly across from me for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, finally got to meet this man today for the first time, and it's like meeting an old friend. Yeah. You know? And he is the one that throws shade like summer is here, and he is missing it all, but is actually a lot nicer than everybody thinks he is. He is one of the best bloggers in the city. You have a hell of a following, and every time I see you go live, I'm always like, here it comes. And every time I see a news article, I go to another Facebook. I go to this man's Facebook page to see what he has to say about it. We have the Vitamin Q. He has finally made it.
Finally.
And I'm glad to see you're in here with a chipper attitude and everything else. And I promise you, we won't do you like them dusty ass people did you in that last interview you was in.
I detoxed all week for this.
Yeah.
You know?
So how are you, Mr. Q?
I am great. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm glad that I'm finally here.
Glad that you're fine. I feel like we've been talking to you about coming on the show since the first iteration of the Hangover Podcast, like 5 years ago.
Exactly. And you know what? And we were all prepared to do it too. And then COVID hit.
COVID hit.
You know, it's been a lot of
shit happen.
Series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, but you find Kellogg's spokesperson announces Rice Krispie mascot.
Oh,
Pop
yeah.
is now a trans woman.
Yeah.
We get into it.
Okay.
All right. So, all right.
That's
Well,
a good one.
first things first.
I'm about to flip this fucking table. I'm already upset.
So, before we get into all of everything, we got to get the pre-nuptials out of the way. How was everybody's week?
Oh, it was great.
Good. You got you. I saw you stood in line for the Mexican pizza. I believe his exact post was, "Ain't Taco Bell can't put nothing on that menu that'll make me wait in that line."
You won't get me in your drive-through or your lobby. And you can keep your free samples too.
Well, Nikki P got her Mexican pizza back. I went and got one for her. Luckily, when I went to go get it, the line was non-existent, so that's the only reason she got one.
I don't see the hype.
What did you think, dear?
I think if you didn't like it before, there's no hype around it.
Yeah.
It's literally just something to enjoy when intoxicated.
Yeah.
Like
That's
eating
her.
it sober, I was like,
That's cool.
I'm happy it's back. I'm not gonna wait in any line.
Man, I could bust down one of Vinny's burgers when I'm drunk.
No, whenever we drunk, that's the thing. On the way home, we would stop at Taco Bell. I'd get a quesadilla and like 5 other things, and she would get the Mexican pizza. And I've noticed ever since the Mexican pizza went away, that's where we stopped stopping for food afterwards. So makes me feel like the next time we get drunk, I'm gonna get my quesarito on. All right. Well, let's see. Do we have any time? Wrong one.
Oh, it's just live?
Oh, like live on Facebook?
Oh, just live anywhere. Okay.
That's the first time it ever happened. First time it ever happened.
I knew I was going to be the only one.
So
one
of the mottos for the show is respectfully,
Yeah.
suck my dick.
Okay.
And our friend made us the top fans jingle.
Okay.
And at the end of it, he says, "If you ain't on this list, you can suck our dicks respectfully."
I love the jingle.
Us too. But the problem is, everybody at the table always has to go respectfully, and we never actually got to hear it.
I've never done it. Everybody else do.
All right, so for 1 year, we have Mr. Jason Dufresne, Mr. Larry Frederick, and Mr. Devin Whitmore. That's enough for them. And for 11 months, we have Mr. Swamp Thing Nicholson himself.
Shout out to the degenerates.
Shout out to them. And then for 9 months,
We have Sean, the Dawn, Midley Gone.
I don't know if you got to hear the episode where he left us a voicemail, but
That shit was great.
oh yeah. And then for 4 months, we have Mr. Dustin Spencer.
Hey.
Mr. DJ Obi-Wan, and Mr. Jonathan Gaspar. You're going to have to do it.
No, I'm not.
You have to.
I don't.
Jenkins.
There you go.
And then for 1 month, we have Mr. Matthew Lazara. I try not to butcher people's names when they. All right, now let's see if we have any voicemails. Sorry, we have two. One is from Mr. Matthew Tranchina, and one is from an unidentified person. I feel like I should be nervous.
How much you want to bet? I bet you $5 is turtle.
Fuck.
I bet you
All right.
$5 is him.
So here is Mr. Matthew Tranchina.
All right, so Scott, I know that you said that you love people asking questions, and you say that Joe don't talk much about sports.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna go ahead and ask, hey Joe,
What's poppin'?
how you feel about the Saints picking up 2 LSU players this year? Go ahead and elaborate on that.
I think I done asked this question like 1,000 times.
Well, you know what? You can't let the people down.
I can do what I want.
How do you feel about Saints picking up Mr. Tyrann Mathieu?
Tyrann Mathieu, then they went out and got Jarvis Landry. I think it's dope, honestly. And now OBJ saying like, "Bring me back home." Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, I think it's dope. I'm gonna call them the LSU Saints.
Are they implying that Sean Payton was the reason why we didn't have all of these hometown people on the team now?
Hey, that's a fucked up way of thinking about it. I like it. Like for years, people been saying like you should go get these boys. You know what I mean? And now Sean Payton's going. It's like, damn.
Now everybody's like, bring me home.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know, scream, bring me home.
That's curious.
You know?
Huh.
Like these, like, you know.
Yeah.
Do you think it has to? Do you think it could be? Because
Or
I've heard.
Or Drew Brees.
I was about to say, I've heard you say some things about Drew Brees now,
yeah.
the God.
Yeah, he's the gatekeeper, you know. And, I mean, you saw when he left, Sean said, "I just don't even have the heart for this no more." You know, Big Daddy just had he gave.
Big Daddy said, Big Daddy picked his nuts up, said it's time to go home.
Game just ain't the same no more.
Oh man, so are you not a big fan of Brees?
I mean, look, I'm a fan of Breeze, like on paper, like what he's done. I feel like we embellish him a lot, and it's really easy to, you know, create these new things and say that he broke the record for things that we've never been keeping the record for before.
Really? Joe would know better than I would. I don't know this stuff.
He's a lot of hype, but you know he brought momentum back to the city when we really needed it, and I think he
Put your lips on the mic.
Oh, okay.
Get somebody every time with it. Just move it a little closer to you, please.
Yeah. But you know that time is gone. You know, and he wrote it a lot longer than maybe he should have. And then they started playing politics a lot, and then you start hearing about the things coming out of the locker room where a lot of players are like, "Hey, this is what's going on. You know, that this is how they treat us." And I'm like, it kind of went against the spirit of what he started in. Like he started with that whole, "I'm an underdog. Nobody wanted me. Yada yada yada." Till you know, "Oh, you gotta kiss my ass to get on this show on our team," and stuff like that. And so that's where. Going from that to that, I didn't like that.
You know what? What is it? Is it that old thing of you? What is it? You die early enough
to
be the hero, or live long enough to see yourself to become the villain.
Yeah.
All right, but goddamn it, we 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in. Good to have you, Q.
Yes,
we got a
let's go.
shot for you, and this
go.
is Sweet Tea Moonshine, ladies.
Boom.
We keeping it southern.
Okay.
I just want to see ours react.
Well, I know Q talks about his mama a lot, and I know his mama probably makes some of the best sweet tea. You know what I mean? Go ahead, babe. Just a little moonshine, ain't gonna hurt you.
It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's not bad.
And what are we drinking this week, dear? What's the name you went with?
I don't think we ended up coming up with it. What did we say?
It's not like a tequila sunrise or nothing.
Oh no,
Okay.
it is.
Executive decision, babe. Do it.
I don't know.
Is it still Q's Angels?
It could be Q's Angels.
Yeah, I like that.
Q's Angels.
Yeah.
Because we used Angels and Envy,
Tell them what you originally wanted,
Knobs Creek,
and you.
and
were
I
gonna-
wanted to name the drink Q's Knobs. But we didn't get knobs, so it kind of
Get
ruined
Knobs
it.
Creek, so we'll just go with Q's Angels instead of Q's Knob.
Unfortunately. Anyway, this drink has some bourbon, some amaretto, some fresh lemon juice, and 2 little cherries. And we also put like an ounce of ginger ale in it to kind of help because it just tasted like it was missing something.
Yeah, it was very tart. Very, very tart.
I usually like it tart.
Oh, well, excuse us. All right, and the unidentified voicemail goes to...
Well, fuck me running. I sent that recording at the beginning of the show, and I paused it, and I sent the recording, and then you guys start talking about the LSU players going to the Saints. Fuck that. Fuck me running. Forget that I said that. Go ahead, Joe. Speak your words.
So I'm assuming he meant to send this last week.
I knew I wasn't tripping.
So Matt's always drunk. That's the vibe that I just got out of that. God damn it.
Where are they calling into?
Oh, we have a website, hangoverpod.com.
Yeah.
And you're able to leave voicemails for us, and we
Okay.
play them every week.
Okay.
But that's all you got to do. Just go to the fucking website, leave us a goddamn voicemail, and we'll play it on here. But stop just calling in and just being like, it's Khaleesi! Woo!
Fuck Scott!
Fuck Scott!
You know what? I'm going to set a calendar alarm every week to call and leave a voicemail.
That's it, man.
You know?
We'll play it, and hopefully it's not something too controversial that we can't talk about.
I'm sure it won't.
I like when it's topics.
I do. I like when people actually ask questions that we
Yeah.
can like have a conversation about. That's never bad. So Q, what is it that you do? Who is Vitamin Q?
Oh, gosh. You know what? I told you before I came here, like a year ago, I would have told you the Vitamin Q was just like this badass blogger. You know, nobody better not come for me. I'm that boy. You know, but they came for the boy.
And what happened when they came for the boy?
They came for the boy. They systematically took down all of my platforms.
Damn.
You know, I mean, and they were, you know, like they were high generating, high performing. It was the Facebook page, the Instagram page, and the Twitter page. So I was like, okay, y'all left me with nothing because I'm damn no sure not gonna be on there dancing on TikTok.
Yeah, you got that right.
So, but you know, I'm rebuilding it back up, and then when you kind of learn that like they didn't really take it, they just kind of took where it was all together. And it's, you know, I got these people in the street. I saw a dude yesterday, he was wearing a VQ t-shirt. He's like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, right. You know, you gotta like come back. So now I'm like kind of like love being begged to come back. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna soak that up for a little while. Huh?
You know, I'm playing into that. I was like, you know what? I'm healing. You know?
But wait, what did they come for you for?
Oh gosh, you know what? The final straw was my battle with the Creoles. My last stand with the Section 8 Creoles, not the well-moneyed one. Okay.
By all means, please elaborate on everything you're talking about.
Well, okay, there was this group. It was called NOLA, Where Black NOLA Eats, or something like that. And there's this guy who's like Pee-wee's, I think it was Crab House.
Crab cakes,
Pee-wee's
yeah.
Crab
Love
Cakes.
Pee-wee's crab cakes.
There were like these group of Creoles that were in the group systematically like, oh, we gonna boycott Pee-wees and we hate his crab cakes, and I'm just like, y'all, this kind of seems a little extreme, you know?
Right. It's some fucking crab cakes, dog.
Delicious crab.
Delicious crab cakes.
I was like, I don't know, like maybe we should just give him a chance. Maybe have one bag. Well, you must be fucking him then, you know? It's just,
Whoa.
It was really It was
God
so
damn.
crazy.
Hey, jump clean out the fucking window.
Sir, when I tell you this whole thing caused the entire, and I'm talking about a group like full of thousands of people, it caused it to split into where Black Nola eats, and then it was like where Black Nola eats well, you know?
Oh, wow.
It tore us apart, and they saw me as the spearhead of this revolution.
Over some fucking crab cakes.
It was so petty. You know, I felt dirty. And then, like, a friend of mine, I wake up one day, and a friend of mine, he came to me, he's like, it was a homegirl, and she was like, Quincy, I got to show you something, but you about to be pissed, so I just need you to be ready for this. I was like, thank you for that warning, because you know how I get, you know what I'm saying? You just never know what type of situation I'm in over here. And she sent me all these screenshots. They had a whole secret group. It's called NOLA Black Safe Spaces or whatever like that. And they had me in there, and they just had this whole systematic thing. We gonna report this page today, and we gonna report this page. And like, so they had this whole thing going on. And it was like, okay, we got this page. And then, you know, like, so they were celebrating in there and stuff like that. And there was people that was like supporters and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was, so it was just kind of weird to be.
Because I remember some of your pages had like tens of thousands of followers.
I mean, you know, like the Facebook one had 90,000.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Like, they were mad, you know, and
Go ahead,
you
man.
know. And so I was like, all right, fine. I don't even like Facebook no more. And, you know, and then
I feel like I vaguely remember you being like, I'm off this bullshit.
yeah. Well, you know, all of this happened when the hurricane happened. And so when that hurricane happened, I was just like, we were already in quarantine for years. I snapped. I just packed a bag, threw everything in my Jeep, and just like hugged the coast. I was in Orange Beach, Destin. I just did all of the South and stuff like that. So I was like, so when I lost my Facebook page, I was literally on the top of a mountain in Swanee, because I was just like, you know, smoking weed and meditating and shit, you know. And I'm at the top of the mountain.
Trying to get right with God.
I looked down at my phone and it said something crazy about, you can't, this page is taken down. Unless it's, you know.
That's got to hurt, though. 90,000?
Oh, my God.
Because I know watching the growth.
Oh,
like,
God. Like, because I did it organically. I never paid nobody for none of them ads or nothing like that. And I just, that was like, and so once they got all of those, I restarted new pages with VQTV, but I just was never really ready to go yet until recently. You know, I got this new job and stuff like that. And then so when you all called, I was like, yeah, it's time to go. You know, it's time to start podcasting again.
Yeah, I think that like, because one thing that I remember is like, there's been a couple of times that I've been like at work. And I said this at the top of the show, but I mean this. It's like there's been plenty of times that like I'll be at work or doing something and it'll see Vitamin Q just went live. And I'm like, I got to go hear this.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You know, I was like, and I'll say this, it's a bigger testament because it was female led, you know what I'm saying? Black female led, and a lot of the black women, they don't be liking for the black men to have you know, any type of freedom of speech, even the gay ones. You know, a lot of straight guys come in and talking about, oh, they let you get away with this because you gay. I'm like, sir, these bitches call my job. What are you talking about? So
He's pretending to be gay.
You know, that's a whole other story. They really be thinking that too.
They just trying to get you from all angles, huh?
Really too. Like, literally, I can't even get that gay privilege because they like, he ain't really gay. You know? So it was.
But anyway,
it was a lot. So like the vitamin Q, it really kind of, I had this strong definition of it for so long, and then when all of that dissipated, I was like, you know what? I have the chance now to just, if I want to completely redefine it, I will.
yeah, because I mean that's kind of like what happened with me. It was like I did my show, but mine ended on different terms.
Yeah.
And then that's when, like, you know, I had Turtle riding me every single day, every week. Like, you need to get your show back, show back. Joe would sit there and be like, I don't care what you do, but I think you should. And then Nikki would be sitting right there, and she'd be like, well, you know, if you wanted to, like, we can move some stuff around and we can make this shit work, you know. So that's when it was finally just like, you know what? Like, stop beating around the bullshit. And I think you are, and I mean, you are far more talented at talking than I am. So I think that you could definitely.
I mean, I know I can, but I'm just so bitter and mad. Like,
Yeah.
I need some blood. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's got to pay.
Like we were talking about in the kitchen, like you got your Arya Stark list of like
I have a
motherfuckers.
list. Like I know who these people are. I still have the screenshots, and I'm like, it's not done. You know, like so. I'm like, when the vitamin Q comes back, you know what it is. You know what it was the first time.
Coming
like,
for next.
I'm coming for next. So I'm like, do I want to be in that space right now at this time? I'm like,
I mean, I feel like it's one of those cleanses. Like you got to
is.
get it out the way,
it is.
and then you can move forward.
I want to do it. I want to make sure that they can't ever do this to other people again, because I really do feel strongly for freedom of speech, and I also it's deeper than freedom of speech. It's therapy, and I feel like just the same way that women don't want to be policed about for certain things, I feel like black male thought or male thought period shouldn't be policed either. You know, and I feel like there's this assumption that because y'all are males, that anything that you say that offends us is abusive, and we have the right to
I'm a white guy. Thank you.
and we have that right.
No,
and,
I know.
And if you know what I'm saying, and like nobody can say nothing or nothing anymore. And like, look,
I'm a white guy. I can't say anything.
I mean, but look at what Johnny Depp had recorded Amber Heard saying, where she's like, "Who the fuck gonna believe you? You a white dude? Like, it's like who's even gonna care?" And
that shit was like it was out of a fucking movie, yo.
Exactly, but it's really like that's how it's been for a really, really, really long time. I've been around some very abusive women who have been aware for 20, 30, 40 years that they could go and lie to the police, but you can't say that because you don't want to discredit the women who aren't lying. Because,
that is very it's a very sticky situation.
But that's what makes me dislike them even more, because I'm like, but you know that there are people out there really going through some shit, and you're going to use the system to make people not believe in it anymore.
That's what gets me about the Amber Heard situation. Is it's like there are actually women that are getting their ass beat every single day
by actors like Johnny Depp.
And you're out here lying.
And you're out here lying just because you can, and like sometimes they be having. I've come, one thing that I'll tell you that I've come across because I've had such a large following is the type of personalities that you come across, and when you meet stalkers, when you are truly stalked by anybody.
You've had stalkers?
Stalkers.
Shit.
Sir.
Hype shit.
I can tell y'all stories like they're like horror movie type stuff.
Oh, like in the bushes waiting?
I've had, all several different types of horror movies. It can be supernatural. It can be fatal. I've had witches, literally like covens of witches, just sitting in Facebook groups, putting my name like it's literally that, spells and stuff like that, sending me voodoo chalkboards.
That's so tight, yo. Please bring your show back. I can't wait. I'm a fan.
Sponsored by the Hangover podcast. Let's go.
I have to see why these bitches so tight in the face.
Okay, like it was really that. So I'm like doing reversal spells on. I'm like, girl,
go watch some Vampire Diaries and shit.
I've had people, like there was this one girl who I got into it with. It was so weird because like we're fighting online. She just for no reason, and then she has a heart attack. So
oh wow.
Jesus.
You put that Geechee on us, huh?
I mean, like, look. So there's this for people came back to me talking about, everybody's talking about you did witchcraft on so and so, and
oh my God.
I said, who's everybody, nigga? Are y'all crazy? And so like if you go to her page now, like the last thing she's saying is her cursing me and saying, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I'm
right
like,
before she died?
yeah.
God damn,
Like
Q.
it's still the
Q,
last.
what did you say?
It was like when you go through that, you really like, you realize how many very touched people there are, and and when you touch people and they can get obsessed with you very easily. So
for the good or for the bad?
For the good or for the bad, and even when it's for the good, it'll turn to the bad really quickly.
Yeah.
It's a lot of weirdos, and I didn't even realize, because you're just putting yourself out there thinking, hey, and and that was the thing when I said, hey, rebuilding the brand, because I was like, when I first started rebuilding, I was like, I felt like there were all of these people in the world that I wanted to meet and that I wanted to touch, and now I'm like, well, look, I would love a great big following, but why? I don't even like a lot of people anymore.
God.
I feel that.
That's such facts. Oh, shit.
So that's where I'm at with it.
All right. Cause yeah, I'm like, just for instance, let me see if I can go back and find this one. I'm on Q's Facebook. I don't know if this is your private Facebook or what it is.
It probably is.
It's private? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm only posting on my private one right now because I feel like when you're posting as a blogger, people feel like, oh, well, you're a blogger, so I have the right to be in your space. And, you know? And so I was like, well, you know what? I don't want you in my space right now, so I'll only do this personal thing, and I'm not telling nobody follow me or nothing like that. I'm like, you know, because I'll rebuild it back that way, because these people are crazy.
So 2 days ago,
I want to find that witch group.
I
just keep thinking about that shit. I'm trying to find that. Go piss them off. You know what I'm saying?
Some spells on me.
Joe would love it. Joe gonna be in that bit. I'll put a spell on you. So 2 days ago, you posted, and all I'm gonna do is read the caption.
Okay.
You posted 2 pictures.
Okay.
The caption says, Jocelyn and her little mini-me. I can tell she's a little firecracker. Q, you not right. And here's what he is talking about.
She's a little firecracker. You know, and like, you know, guys have a certain guy humor that social media really kind of embellished and blew up.
Why would she post that?
I don't know.
Motherfucker like Donnie from Wild Thornberries.
You ain't shit. Now, what were you saying?
I was saying
Guys have a certain sense of humor.
Like we used to get joke about things like that. Now it's like, oh, you're picking on a child and all you're doing this, and so like that's where I'm at with it right now.
Yeah, because I think like one of the biggest issues with what you do and what we do is that now no longer is it comedy.
Yeah.
You're not being funny anymore. We're not joking. We're not sitting here bullshitting. Like it used to be a thing back in the day where I could say, your mama's so fat. And then it would be, oh, he's about to tell a joke. How fat is my mom? Yeah. But now it's, why are you calling my mom fat? My mom's got a thyroid condition. Like, why are you... It's like, bro.
You know? Like, and then you got to hear their sad story and like, oh, what?
Somebody writes a think piece. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about your journey, bro. Like...
I don't give a fuck what happened to you. I don't care.
She's still so fast she played pool with the planets.
Oh,
so I mean, I think where you're at with it is also just the thing, because I mean, what I think it makes it more difficult for you is that I sit here in this seat and I let it be known every week. I'm joking. It's a joke. You put it off as, no, I really think this way.
I mean, like, this is how I feel.
This is what I'm thinking.
So you be roasting people and shit like that?
What? Go at him on Facebook now.
No, it's really... I never feel like I'm roasting you until you tell me you feel roasted, you know?
Oh, word.
So Scott was telling me that you're very controversial. Like there's things, and I want to know, like, what is your most controversial post that you think you've posted that people just went crazy on?
Gosh, you know what?
There's so many.
Oh my God. Like, I'm going to tell you, back in the day, it was wild. But I think there was, okay, I'll say this. Taco Tuesday is legendary on my page because one year it was just something about this girl. She, you know, it was like Cinco de Mayo. It was when it fell on Tuesday, and I just was just like, hey, you know, I'm like, I said something about the Mexicans, and like it was all good and joking, and then this one girl, she came and tried to make it this big woke piece, and we went at it so hard that day, like everybody got banned by the end of the day. It was very controversial, and I just felt like things that I say aren't controversial, they're made to be controversy, because sometimes when people are jealous that a lot of people find you funny or something like that, they'll try to make it seem like your jokes aren't funny or like they're not jokes. Okay. Like, you know I'm joking with you, but you're going to pretend I'm not joking with you because you think, well, if I can't get the laughs, I'll get the, you know, there's sympathy.
Okay.
That's facts. Like, for instance, one day ago, he said, all next week, they going, quote, why don't you share this positive news about the ghetto since you shared the fight video, end quote, us to death. And it's facts. It's facts. We share a video of somebody fighting. We share a video of like some crazy shit. The shootout in Hammond. Then we shared like, look at this crazy shit. And the next week, like all we hear about is, oh, you got to share the positive news. You got to share this.
I'm like, I don't got to share shit. And, you know,
Facts.
you know, that's where it was for me. I'm going to be honest with you. What happened with me is, like how we grew up on the West Bank, and when Facebook first started and social media first started, I was just that type of energy. But then you remember when Obama got elected, everybody went woke. So nothing was funny anymore.
Also true.
So everything turned into like, oh, don't make, you know, like, oh, you can't call me fat and ugly no more. And I'm just like, well, I never felt like you were fat and ugly, and you knew that. But now we can't say it because it hurts your feelings, and I get that. But I think some people took it to the extreme, and I'm not that type of person where anything that I could say could be screwed like that, because I just kind of say it. Mm-hmm. But it's never ever an insult. You know, it's just very matter of fact, and sometimes that's what makes it worse. Like, as a matter of fact, if somebody can insult you and it doesn't sound as bad as somebody who sounds apathetic or just, you know, doesn't care either way or the other.
So 2 days ago, he said, every time some blind country invades a brunette country, we're conditioned to feel responsible for, quote, human lives and put all ours on hold because they're first world problems, even though black people get a second class treatment in it. Meanwhile, when brown and black countries, that happens every day, and we can't put living on pause because those people are always fighting.
Yeah. You know, and
that's facts.
You know,
I heard no lies there.
yeah, but they'll say that that's controversial. I don't see it as controversial, though, because it's like kind of true. But you even have this new clique of white kids that are like, oh, y'all are offending us. And I'm like, wait, hold up a second, honey. If it's one group we don't give a fuck, we never gave a fuck about insulting. It was y'all. And that was like always understood, you know? And
y'all be online trying to have witty comebacks, but when a little 18-year-old white boy comes in your neighborhood playing Call of Duty, no one fights back, stops him, or avenges the fallen. So please don't waste your sass on me.
See, when you say it like that.
Oh,
Holy
shit. This
No
dude.
one avenges the fallen.
Oh, and you posted, I'm pretty sure this is LeBron's son and Dwayne Wade's son.
Yeah.
Daughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bronny?
No. Bron's son
Dwayne.
and Dwayne Wade's daughter. Correct?
Zion.
I can't remember. But he said, our kings are in absolute crisis. They want to be pro-black fathers of the Passé Blanc generation, and the black women that want them are standing in their way.
Wait, say that again.
The context is this: the Kings are mad because because LeBron's son went on a date with a white girl, and so they're like, why do y'all accept Dwayne Wade's gay child, but y'all don't accept interracial dating? I'm like, I mean, you know, so I was like, so y'all want to be pro-black, but you want to date white girls, and I'm like, so that doesn't make any sense to me. But
No.
Sign away the parental rights to your kids and let's go outside this summer. Wait, hold on. I saw another one up here. That I gotta... Wait. Okay, fellas, let her new man adopt the kid. When they break up, he's on the hook for child support, and y'all can reconnect when he gets his driver's license. Follow me for more co-parenting tips. Oh, shit.
wait,
Q got one of the best Facebooks ever, dog. Like,
okay, I can see how that could be a little controversial.
It's my page.
no, but at the end of the day, as long as me and Q have gone back and forth, you've always been a nice dude. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's never been I think there was one night you were drunk and you told me to leave you alone. But other than that, every other time, because I think he tried to shoot a shot at me and I was like, bro, I'm not that drunk.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, look, you in these comment sections tonight. Okay, all of this is mine. Okay.
you're like, y'all want to do that white boy fun shit? Not in here.
That's funny.
Oh shit! But no, you've always been a really nice dude. Like every time we've ever had a conversation, like you've always been real cool about it. I joke with you, you joke back. Like we go back and forth all the time, and like that's what confuses me about the whole situation.
It gets very.
Do you
confusing.
think it's because the people that you're talking about take it as a personal attack?
They definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could be talking about nasty hoes, and then you'll have a bunch of angry women in your comments.
Where I was always personally insulted was I was like, my audience is always included in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You know, and I've always spoken for what I think would help society out. You know, like my whole thing is you can't look at New Orleans and not see that there are some things that need to be changed. Period. But nobody wants to change anything. They'll scream, hey, we want this to change, we want that to change, but we don't want to change. So I'm like, well, what's going to change then?
Right.
You know, so like, you know, something has to be adjusted. If the society as a whole is sick, then everything might have to go. Even in some of the things that you like. So you might not be able to bounce in the middle of the street whenever you want to at a DJ, just, you know, to make society better. But it'll also mean that you probably won't have a shootout at the DJ too. You know, so you don't really, but if there's a shootout at the DJ, you'll say, hey, how can we make things better? Well, maybe don't have a DJ. I don't know.
But I also think
Go to the core of the problem or some shit.
I also think part of the problem, not me, but I think part of the issue with some of the people in your audience is that there's this, I guess there's this expectation that when you're black, you're supposed to have black people's back no matter what.
No matter what.
And you, no. Q is very like, oh, you black people want to do this, but okay.
From my heart, like I'm a Libra. And Libras are just really, you know, like we're extremely diplomatic. We have no allegiances. Our allegiances is to everybody being happy and like there's no drama and us having fun. And anything that's going to spoil that is the problem. And so like if you're the one that's going to spoil it, we're going to say so. But it doesn't mean that I'm not still completely on your side. I'm like, hey, look, I'm probably looking out for you more than I am looking out for whites. But I'm like, you're going to have to do more. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to stay out of trouble, these are the things that when I go out, there's so many things that can ruin your night when you go out. You can get into a fight. You could be, if you're too loose around the cops, you can go to jail. Period, like that. And you're gonna have more eyes on you if you look like us. And it's not even because you're black. It might be because you're good looking, or you
Also
know.
true.
So a lot of people can't handle that attention. So
Do you think they can't handle the mirror put in their face?
Black people?
Yes.
Not just black people. I mean, he mostly talks about black people. So I guess in this case, yeah, black people.
I talk about
Because I know white people can't handle it.
we really can, but like I talk about black people in the sense of like I'm like that's who I care about the most. I say I'm like, look, what are we gonna tell white people? They're doing okay. I was like, if we want more,
But white people have always been doing okay, Q.
what am I gonna tell him not to do?
Do what the fuck y'all want anyway.
Do what y'all want, take what y'all want.
I'm like, but if you're complaining about gentrification, hey, this is what you're gonna have to do to get a house and take our you know, like gentrification can't happen if we you know, protect our neighborhoods and make sure that everybody's correct and like and everybody stays where they at. But if we saying that, it's like, hey, don't judge me. But I'm like, hey, if you let all of your 5 sons just go into trapping or whatnot like that, that's like 5 sons we've lost in the community. You know, so like I care about that. Like I really care about that.
I definitely get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you want to do is like bitch and complain and just hear yourself talk instead of actually doing something.
Yeah.
Facts.
And it really don't take much. Just stay the fuck out of like.
Just go home.
Just go home.
Just go home.
I tell people all the time, you want to cure gentrification, hang out on your back porch instead of your front porch. They won't even know your black ass lives there. Okay.
That's hard. I like that.
Okay.
That's hard.
Period.
So a while back, we talked about a block party that happened in New Orleans.
Oh, which one was it?
It was the one where the black man decided that he didn't like these white folks having all this fun on Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, that's Byron. Look, I can't.
You know him?
Me and Byron are good friends.
Shout out Byron, man, making all them white people uncomfortable. Bro, them Capitol stormers stood in that fucking black party just staring mad hard. God. How did you feel about the way that Byron reacted?
Me and Byron talked about that personally, so you're not gonna be able to get me to say nothing about his crazy ass on any type. But I'll tell you, like, look, like, if somebody moves into a neighborhood and they want to throw a party, then that's good times. Like, let's everybody, you know, like, you can't get mad at the people who moved in. You got to get mad at the people who moved out. Like, what caused them to move out? Find out that. But they moved in. I get how people feel about gentrification over there. I understand how he feels. We talked about that ad nauseum, but he knows how I felt too. Like, you just can't, you know, that's not going to be the way to do it either.
I don't know, man. My favorite out of the whole video, because like the one thing that I do remember in that video was your girl walking up and just being like, "Why don't you just come back? You can have some taco." That is the like go-to white response every time an angry black man comes walking through.
I remember every piece of that. As a matter of fact, I was probably just because I screenshotted almost every frame of the video, and it's a meme in some sort. Okay, and like it spread it out throughout. Like
your girl's showing her ass too. Don't do that, baby. Baby, chill out.
Honestly, she had a nice ass. Though, you know what I'm saying?
Did she?
I mean, it was like a nice shape. Like there were no stretch marks on it, no bumps.
Ain't nobody worried about stretch marks.
Shh.
Are you worried about stretch marks?
I mean, like I like things to look perfect.
I mean, don't we all? Rock them scars of lightning, you beautiful daughter of Zeus. I ain't worried about that shit.
I be driving my Hot Wheels down them.
Look, she was
to the men watching the show right now. You got stretch marks. Q ain't talking to you, bro.
I was about to say, I feel like it might be a little different too, because I feel like women, not that men don't have them, but I feel like women are more likely to have them because they have a little more parts that will sporadically grow faster. Yeah.
She was really in shape.
Okay, that's not bad. That's the good.
But anyway, you were saying, Q?
Yeah, she was a cute girl. I have the guy with the Indian, like he was more out of line than anybody.
You talking about the Capitol stormer? That's what I'm talking about.
He had a full Indian headdress out there.
Oh my God!
But he just looked so innocent. Like, hey, we got tacos.
Wearing a Native American headdress for some fucking reason.
Oh, he was so out of line.
Your boy walking through that though. Fuck you and your mama hoe.
Oh
God.
God.
Because I'm like, bro, like I remember Turtle even said when we finally talked about it, said the one thing that your boy had wrong, he was fucking with the right white boys.
He was fucking with the right ones. Like, and that's what I'm trying to, like, I knew that off the jump, but I know that I grew up on the West Bank. So, I tell look, that's why I tell white people all the time. Like, people are like, you know, there's this thing with the white kids. I'm like, look, I know all of y'all different variations. I know what you are when you come at me. So don't come trying to do that elitist thing and I know you're trash. You know? Okay? I know you know, I know what. So you have to put them in a place like that sometimes, but
All right.
I don't think nobody should ever try to single-handedly stop a block party, though.
yeah.
Not single-handedly. But the problem, like you said, he was around the right white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he would have walked in our block party like that, unfortunately, Byron, I don't know you, it wouldn't have went that way. It wouldn't have went that way. Like, you'd have had to fight. Like, not saying that you can't fight. You would have had to. The thing was, he just walked through that block party and just looked like putting phones in people's, fuck you and your mama, hoe.
I just don't know. Like, I can't.
But I don't know where they got the unmitigated gall to park that PT Cruiser right there on the edge of the block with no permit and just say, yeah, we're just going to have a block party later.
I would have did the same shit. You know, like.
It's because you're an asshole.
Like, I don't think that they said, oh, we can park this here because we white and we could do what we wanted to. Like, they just.
No, us white people just stupid sometimes. You know, like, we conquer everything. We can conquer the street.
You're talking about a city where they'll put they'll have a DJ in the middle of the street.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you get mad at they tacos and margarita party, but over here they doing bounce in the middle of the street and you can't even get down it? Or there's a second
you're
line.
Right. You're right.
You know, I try to be fair to a certain degree. You know, that's how I am.
All right, so I do have a question. You know, I wanted to go as far as I could into the episode without saying, yeah, Vitamin Q's gay. It doesn't matter. But since you are the first gay person we've had on this show that we know of, we're going to ask some questions.
That's what I'm saying. I thought y'all had a really cute guy on here one time.
Which one?
I don't know.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Which one? Why you looking at her?
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. Larry?
Now I'm like thinking like, who are we
I'm really
white boy?
I'm really just
Larry.
Was he a white boy?
I'm really just kidding. I swear to God, I'm just saying.
I'm about to say, I'll give him your number. So, but okay, so one time, and I told this story on the show before, but just in case you didn't hear it, here's a recap. So one day, me, Nicole, a friend, and another friend are on Bourbon Street, and we had to pee. So we go into the first club that we see. While we're standing there, we're looking around. I am able to deduce in under 5 seconds. This is a gay club.
We were in Oz.
Like,
And one of my friends who was raised old Southern,
okay.
but he's doing his best. He's been hanging out with us. We're all accepting, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's when it becomes like, hey, relax, you know, this and that. And the fifth. So he comes up and he gets real close to me. And he stops me and I'm like, dude, just fucking relax. And he looks at me and he goes, yeah, but Scott, what do I do if one of them tries to fuck me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to be prepared for that. That's a great question.
I said, just say no.
Okay.
Just say no. Just say no.
Say no, thank you.
I said, this isn't a John Wick movie. You don't have to shoot your way out of here. They're all trying to fuck me. Now, so how do you think a gay person, how do you think a straight person should act when going into a gay club?
You should be ready to get fucked. I mean, like, that's how I
Homie gonna listen to this episode and be like, fuck, I knew it. You were wrong.
And start thinking like, did I black out?
No, it's so weird because it's weird you bring this up. Like, it's a very good question, but it's so weird you bring it up because I'm toxic as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't respect boundaries. I want what I want, and I feel like if I'm in a gay club.
Now we know why he got kicked off the platforms.
It'll come out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, if I'm in a gay club, all of this in here is for me to choose from. You know, or get the fuck out of here.
I need that confidence. Holy shit.
So the next thing was that Monday we go back to work. Or no, this was Mardi Gras. So like whatever day it was, we go back to work and walk into work, and we all start telling this story. And the guys that I worked with, at the time they were all homophobic. Well, one of them steps up and he goes, "Ooh, y'all went into the gay club?" And we were like, "Yeah, we stopped in there to go pee real quick, and then we got out. Nothing happened. We just, went in. It's a club. We went in and got out." And he was like, "Y'all went in there to use the bathroom?" Like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Y'all better be careful, man. Gay dudes like getting peed on." And I was like, "What?"
Okay.
And he was like, "Yeah, all gay dudes like to get peed on." And I was like, that's a generalization. I feel like you can't just say all gay people like getting peed on. So Quincy, let me ask you a question. Is there any part of you that wakes up on Saturday, you put on your best, and on Saturday night you go to Oz and lay in the urinal?
No, that is but you got to look at him though. You know, you got to ask him. Well, how would you know that guy?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, yo, why are you so confident when you said that? You know what I mean?
All gay dudes like to get peed. So all the gay dudes like to get peed on.
Exactly, but I'm one of the they'll call me a little bit sedity. You know, I'm not gonna do what the kind of the desperate ones will do.
Okay, so you get to pick and choose.
Yeah.
All right. Well, because I'm glad because obviously I have we have my cousins that we talk about all the time. They're very openly about them being gay. They're married. They just had a little girl. Well, one of them did, and I don't have the heart to ask them that question. What?
And I'm gonna be honest. And I'm gonna be honest.
Poorly said.
Oh, okay.
They
Sorry.
both just had a girl.
Well, they both did, but only one of them carried her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus, Nicole.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But look, I totally get. I'm gonna be honest with you. Before I moved back down to New Orleans, I would have been like, no, I would have been insulted that you would even implied something like that. But when you come across so many around here in that area, I'm like, well, goddamn, when somebody comes at me like that, I understand why, because there are a lot that are into that. It's really
weird shit. Like
I
think that's the thing about New Orleans. It's not even gay people.
It's not even gay. It's
everybody.
It's straight people. Like honestly,
some weird shit here.
Period. Like that's where I'll be like, even with the straight kids, I'm like, no, I ain't doing that. What the fuck are you talking about? No, thanks.
With the straight kids?
The straight kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the 90s where we just call everybody kids, and I love it. I miss that.
Now he's his Facebook lately has been how he's gonna have twins like Wanda.
Yeah, I've manifested my twins. I even know how I'm gonna have them with biologically when I get with somebody. I said we're gonna find a surrogate, And we're gonna
No.
No.
I'm gonna read the status. I saw it a little while ago.
Don't you butcher your own words.
No. No, hold on. Let me find it again. Because I read this shit and I have that moment where I'm like, fucking Q, of course.
If he said surrogacy in the thing, you probably just search his profile.
Nope, it wasn't that far down. Give me a second.
And it took me a couple of years to come up with that. I was like, how am I gonna have because I want my kid to look like me.
So he said, fellas, we too old to just be dating. If you're not ready to find a surrogate, have her egg split, you inseminate one half and I the other, and plant the fertilized egg in the surrogate so our children can be real siblings, stay out my inbox. Unless you just want casual sex, that's on your menu too. Libras never get too old for that.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
I think so, man.
I think that's great.
Isn't that cool? And they're twins.
Yeah. So they still technically have like the mom.
Yeah.
And then each of absolutely. I think that's a fantastic idea.
All right, well, to actually get on some topics.
We gotta hang out more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We 15 minutes in, we ain't even touched on shit yet. All right, so first things first. Joe, you got anything in the sports world? Anything worth mentioning? Q, you good on your drink over there? Or?
Oh yeah, I might need some more.
Here you go.
Do you want some ice?
Yes.
Go ahead, Joe.
Nah.
Nothing yet?
Nothing really kicked off, throughout this week and shit like that. Just, rookie training camp that started and all that shit like that. So you really got it's more of you following your team and keeping up with them and just waiting and watching until something happens.
How the Niners look, bro?
I think they look fucking great, honestly.
A, B, C?
What?
A, B, C, D?
I think it's honestly like an A negative.
Oh, so you think the Saints are looking better?
You heard it here first, folks.
What grade?
You said we were A.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, we got a second year quarterback coming in.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said A negative.
So
I'm not really sure what he's gonna do. But Winston's a vet. You know what I'm saying? Like I like Jameis Winston. A lot of people don't, but kid can throw that bitch.
Who was the one that took over for Drew when he was out for like all those games?
when he fucked up his thumb?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Winston.
It was Teddy.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he at?
That's who I liked.
He's with the where the fuck did he go? He was with the Broncos. I think they traded him, and I think they to Miami. That's where he's at, Miami.
So are you gonna watch more of the Saints now that Drew's gone?
I mean, look, I always was watching it with Drew.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I love to.
I don't know how deep your hatred is for Drew Brees.
You know what? It's a cynicism more so.
What that mean?
Jesus Christ.
It's not. There's no strong feelings against him. I just like making fun of certain people.
I feel like
That's facts.
it's like the Cowboys.
Oh, so easy to hate on the Cowboys. All right, so one of the topics that we had this week that I kind of wanted to get into is monkeypox, the racist chicken pox. They're here.
Oh gosh, my mom walked me up this morning, as a matter of fact, and she was just, and I thought, it was like an emergency or something like that. She's like, "You heard about these chicken pox?" I said, "Are you okay?" She was like, "If I get
Shout out to Q's mom, by the way. Anyway.
She said, "If I get the monkeypox, just take me out of here." I was like, and mess up my inheritance?
Can I ask you a question? When you were growing up, did you and your mom watch the Golden Girls together?
Oh gosh, we did. We're totally that. And you're so.
I was about to say, your mom sound like Sophia.
Let me tell you something. No, because I'm about to get really fucking mad at you now because now you're in my head. I was literally I might even have it in my drafts where I was like, me and my mom are literally Dorothy and Sophia. And this was yesterday. But the thing is, she's really Dorothy. I'm the Sophia.
You think so?
Definitely. Dorothy's more reserved. Sophia,
Yeah, Sophia just said she had a stroke. She said whatever comes to her mind.
Exactly.
All right,
But my mom gives those look like Dorothy. Like, it's literally those looks. Always deadpan.
Yeah.
So I come from a house of very dry cynicism, so that's where a lot of people.
You're going to keep fucking Joe up by saying cynicism.
I don't know what it means.
It means cynical.
What that mean? just get it out. Tell me.
Yeah.
Just tell me.
Just keep it going.
What that mean?
What?
Cynical.
Cynical?
No, I'll search it for you.
But anyway,
Okay.
Words
so
are
like
hard.
so yeah, we have that type of relationship, and
are y'all over the sicknesses at this point?
I don't care what I get.
Did you get COVID?
No, I never got COVID.
You never got it? Lucky.
Yeah.
I had it.
I mean, well, we quarantined hardcore. We quarantined to the point where I cracked under cabin fever.
That bad?
How the hell do you spell cynical?
CY.
CY.
Oh, that's
Yeah, there it is. No, I ended up. What's funny is I ended up getting it and didn't realize it. I slept in the bed with her and my child every night. They both tested negative.
Yeah. See, we were.
That's how finicky.
But by the time you got it, it was all the way to what's the one that wasn't bad?
Omicron.
Oh, okay, so it already
Yeah,
mutated
yeah.
and stuff.
It had been 2 years into COVID time.
Yeah, I got it towards the end.
Oh no, yeah, that's when it was all mild and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You weren't
yeah,
even
yeah.
getting it-
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still terrifying when you got a kid because of the way that the media portrays it.
yeah. And because
They
of
had
how
me
the
thinking we were 10 minutes from The Walking Dead.
we're already like a germaphobe family, you know, so it was really difficult on us, as a matter of fact. You know, my mom is like, oh, she's already like that. I'm already like that. You know, I mean, I don't even do raw sex. You know,
You still be having your sneaky links come to the house?
I mean, look.
Do the sneaky links come to your house?
No, never. Sneaky links don't even know where I live.
See, we didn't even need Lauren this week.
Okay, you can meet me at the Walmart and we'll go get us a room somewhere.
Yo.
Lord. Cute little whore, man. But anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I'm honestly, I'm at the point where I'm sick of diseases. I don't care anymore.
It's summer. I just want to, I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
We deserve it. They took a lot away from us with this whole quarantine thing. I feel like the mental effects of it are going to ripple up for, years to come.
Mm-hmm.
And that right now that it's a mental imperative and it's important for our health to get out and have some fun right now.
Yeah, I think we need, even if at the detriment to a certain percentage of society, I think we need to just say fuck it and just let's have another Mardi Gras.
I've always felt like that. I've always felt like I don't even like you niggas enough to be out here trying to save your life. Okay? So,
Facts. Facts.
I know I'm not gonna die.
Do we need Turtle to come back? Can we just have Q here? I feel like at this point he fired.
Turtle's fired. He fired. The door.
He gets it.
No, Turtles. Look, I really do be listening.
Is that the cute dude you were talking about that be on there?
It's not.
Busted.
But anyway. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, by the way, just off of what we talked about last week, did you find Jesse Williams' penis as delicious as we all did?
Oh gosh, yes. It was like a buttery milk drop. You know what I'm saying?
What pisses me off is that
I
we
thought
turn
of
it red again.
Milk dud, and I
No.
was like, it was bigger than a milk
It
dud.
was
What is he
it
talking
was
about?
it was exactly. It was
Milk
like a
drop.
it was like a butterscotch popsicle.
because that's the thing. At the end of the day, I have proof technically that I'm not gay.
Yeah.
But you can appreciate.
Can you?
Yes, you can.
I look.
Can you not appreciate a pretty vagina?
Or a pretty female body.
I could definitely.
You look like you almost
Definitely.
swallowed throw up for a second. I could definitely. Sure.
I guess, if you're into that kind of thing.
You have to.
These bodies are amazing. They're great. It's like, no, you made me think of something though. Cause like girls have always. I was just thinking about this stuff. Like there was this girl back in Georgia, and we used to always hang out and stuff like that. And she used to be flirting, but I used to just pretend like, cause it was back before you wanted to say, hey, I'm gay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you weren't in the closet. I'm like, you should know I'm gay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't want to have to say it. And I'm talking about she'd wear dresses with no panties.
For
And
you?
Literally, and just sit in front of me with her legs open. And I'm just like, so when you say
You're gonna need a lot of fluffing.
that's so weird you said that, because I said that on that page where I said I want to make my twins. I was like, I said I'll marry a woman. I was like, but you get one night a week over the pillow hunching, you know. But I'm gonna need a lot of fluffing.
Son of a bitch. No, but like one day, like it was like a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
Somehow we got on the topic of like the men leaking nudes.
They're doing
and what
it
was
a lot.
It was Big Sean,
Yeah.
Soulja Boy.
All of them do it. And I'm like,
The
and I'm-
Game.
and I'm
No, the
tired
Game
of it
didn't leak a nude. He just puts on Instagram him in boxers.
all the time. And I'm
Of
like,
course you know.
And but.
And we
But
be doing that shit too.
But who's that for? Girls don't even like that.
I don't know, man, because I saw Soulja Boy's dick pic, and my first thought was, that's why he's so fucking stupid.
Exactly.
Because all the blood that's supposed to be going to his brain is going to that fucking mutant he's got in his
I already
pants.
knew that's what he was giving. You could just
You know how they say like people with Down syndrome have like the biggest
exactly.
because
You could just-
Really?
really? Oh yeah.
Well,
I've never heard that.
actually-
Really?
Actually, you know what? My mom said something.
What did your mom say? I'm terrified.
I can't even say.
We'll talk about it after the show.
It's really hard. She was like, "You gotta watch out for her."
So wait, has any just so we can like have note like the knowledge of if we know what we're talking. Has any celebrity male dropped a nude yet that you were impressed by?
That I was impressed by?
Yeah.
Yes. All the time. Like, look, I get mad. I'm gonna be honest. I can't even watch porn no more. I get mad. I get jealous. I get this.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like
That's why I don't watch porn.
I can only watch porn if if it's a precursor to like I'm about to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can't have porn and then not have sex because then I'm mad.
This is the gayest episode we've had yet. This is going great, man. It's been leading to this.
So like Jussie, he didn't do me no favors. I'm like, look, like now you've put this in my head. What am I supposed to do with this now?
Okay, so here's what I didn't know. I didn't know that picture that we found was part of a video.
Yeah.
Somebody got a whole video. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Tori sent me the video.
It's horrible.
I watched it, and he's literally walking around on stage nude, and then he does something to the guy that he's talking to, and he goes, "That's right, you dumb cracker fuck." And I was like, yeah, Jussie talked to me like that. Like, I kind of had a moment. Where I was
That's what I'm saying.
When you see him turn, and then next thing you know, it's just in the camera.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah, like,
just-
you know it's bad. Like, he turns, and it's like... Like, bro, where do you put that thing?
But you know what, like, and there's a bad thing about that. Like, he's doing a play, and they actually had a whole rule about them not having phones in there, and a woman brought her phone in there and recorded them. So I'm like, if that was a woman, they would have said that they raped her.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know?
Like if it would have been a woman on like Jenny in Forrest Gump when she did play the guitar naked, somebody would have snuck a phone in there, he'd have got assault charges.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they would have called that sexual assault. So I'm like, we could do it to Jussie and objectify him that way just because he's a man, and that's what I kind of say with the whole,
Facts. Stop objectifying men. Good Lord. So T Swift got a, what is it called?
Honorary.
An honorary doctorate.
She's a
Not
doctor.
a bachelor's degree.
She's a doctor.
Not an associate's even. Not a master's. A fucking doctorate.
She's a doctor. Dr. Taylor.
Honorary.
Dr. Swift.
But how do they not put that in front of her name? Like honorary Dr. Taylor Swift.
You gonna call me Dr. Swift. Okay.
What is everybody's thoughts on that? The honorary degrees.
I didn't know it was honorary until I
You thought that bitch was in college?
Well, for a second, because people were like, "Oh my God, Taylor Swift got her doctorate," and I'm like, "When the fuck was she in college?" And then I started googling it, and it's like, "Yeah, honorary." I'm like, "This bitch."
Okay.
You saw how many of Dr. Cosby's honorary degrees got taken away?
No, but I remember you telling me.
A lot.
I feel like any liberal arts degree is honorary. You know what I'm saying? So,
God damn.
I actually saw that it was a liberal arts degree, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
God damn.
I can't do this. I can't do this, Kill.
Jesus.
Oh shit. Oh man. Like, all right. So, my personal. Let me fucking get this part. Fuck. For instance, all right. So my personal idol, Charlemagne the God, he got an honorary communications degree from some college.
See now that I have problems with.
Do you? That made sense to me because he's already a successful communications person that has reached the ranks of like a Howard Stern.
You mean the radio show?
Yeah. Charlemagne? Who's a bigger...
Is it because he's light skinned?
He's not light skinned. He's dark skinned.
As I said it, I'm like, wait, he's not even.
No, he was dark skinned. Now he light skinned.
No, that's Envy, bitch ass.
No, Envy light skinned.
Yeah,
but I feel like the reason that an honorary degree, like also Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre got like a doctorate like engineering from like the college in Compton or whatever the fuck it was. And it's like, that makes sense to me. Like you have proven you are a legend in your field.
Actually, his is UCLA.
UCLA.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's like you literally have proven that you are a genius in your selective category. Dr. Dre?
No, I'm talking about fucking
Charlemagne the God?
Bro,
who's got a bigger radio show right now?
When that shit first popped off, you remember what all the shit he almost got into?
Yeah.
About what?
The people that was sitting in the room with him.
Yeah.
That's great.
Millions and millions and millions of views.
That's great. Yeah, because he was shit
Howard
on them.
Stern did the same shit.
Nobody give a fuck about Howard Stern.
What?
I see it like this. I'm
Okay,
like,
that just tells me you don't know about white history.
yeah, you don't know your white history.
Howard Stern was the Charlemagne
I'm not
of every other
I'm
year
saying
before
about, like,
Charlemagne.
I'm saying about like, nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a fuck about Howard Stern or cares about it. Like when you seen Charlemagne the God, it's like, oh, we never seen nobody do this type shit before.
Howard Stern still gets the numbers that Charlemagne gets to this day.
Oh, he does. Oh, he definitely does. And he owns like his station on Sirius.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
He's
Yeah,
like,
Howard Stern is a god in the
like,
radio game.
Actually, he's a billionaire too.
Oh yeah.
So, but I'll say this. I kind of have an issue with it only because it's like, if you would have got it in something else, then hey, that's whatever. But to get it in your field is kind of like you're buying accreditation in your field. It's,
Okay.
Almost like that. It's kind of like,
The only reason I don't have a problem with those types of people getting those types of degrees is because I feel like that to me is like a slap in the face to, you need a degree to get this job.
Yeah.
But you get the job without the degree and you murder it. You become a legend in that field. And now they're like, you know what? You've earned the degree even though you never took a day of classes.
I see it differently. I see it like, oh, I got this job on a hookup. And I was never quite supposed to be there.
Never qualified.
But as soon as I could get the money, I went and paid this school off to give me the accreditation so that I could die with
so
it
the
on my
money,
record. Yeah.
So the monies will get you there.
Period. That's it.
That's why Dr. Cosby got as much as he did.
Well, I'll say this. I was at Clark Atlanta. And, Clark Atlanta is in the same, we're all right there with Morehouse and Spelman. So, like, there's Cosby building. Like, the first building I saw when I got out there to school was the Cosby building. It's so
I heard they have
impressive.
his face, like, on the front of it.
It's so impressive. Like people need to, when people are ripping things away from, you need to go to Spelman's campus, Spelman and Morehouse's campus first before you say those things. First of all, like it looks like the entire university looks like Tulane, and Cosby literally built almost all of the buildings on that campus.
How do you feel about Dr. Cosby?
I mean, if he did those things, he probably did those things. I mean, but it's like the HBCUs, especially like the ones like you got Howard and Spelman and Morehouse and stuff like that. Like these are schools that were built so that the Rockefellers' illegitimate black children can have colleges, and so like they were the same type of people.
Bitch, man. He's throwing shade always. Don't quit.
If you're not listening, you won't catch it.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch it. If y'all didn't catch it, you're not laughing. Run it back.
Nicole's like, oh, okay, I didn't know that.
I did not.
Yeah, but it's the truth. It was started, because they're like, hey, we're white men, we've been raping our slaves or whatever like that, and now we want them to be established black ladies in that society. It's almost kind of like the placage and the Marigny and stuff like that over there. It's just a little bit different. So, like it was started by people who've done a lot worse to black people. So, like, but Cosby did do his thing, and they convicted him of him. So I'm not gonna protect somebody who's a sexual offender.
Are you still a fan of Dr. Huxtable?
I mean,
can you separate the art from the artist?
I mean, I never was was the type that was watching the Cosby Show in syndication like that.
What?
Yeah.
All I watched was Cosby and Fresh Prince.
Yeah, I watched it when it was out, and then I didn't watch it anymore.
You know what's funny? I never watched Martin.
I liked Martin.
See how quiet everybody got? Wait, you didn't watch Martin? Yeah, exactly. All I watched was Fresh Prince and Cosby.
Yeah,
Show.
but the Cosby Show wasn't funny.
Yeah, it wasn't.
What?
It wasn't funny to me.
wasn't funny.
It was entertaining, but I
I
wasn't.
think it was entertaining.
but it wasn't funny.
I found Cosby funny. I found it
I
funny.
put Fresh Prince over them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd put
I've
Martin
seen all
above
the-
Cosby, but I never really watched Martin like talking about. But the little bit that I did watch was better than
Martin was funnier.
Fresh Prince was number one.
Martin was funnier than Will Smith and Bill Cosby.
Do you think so?
Martin as
I never watched the whole thing, so I can't
yeah,
speak on it.
Like Martin as a comedian, as a character, who was way funnier than Will Smith and Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
I will say that.
But back to the degrees. You're not a fan.
Like, look, if you want to donate to these schools and they say, hey, look, here's this because you donated it, that's great. You know what I'm saying? But going to buy your degree because you felt guilty that you got a job that you shouldn't have got over people who deserved it.
That have been paying all this money for years and years and years.
Exactly. And you keep them down.
The
and-
liberal
and-
arts.
And make sure that they can't get in because liberal arts is so subjective that you can say, hey, I'm more talented than them, you know, based off of because you like me. Because
True.
You know, because I can put the, you know, so I have those issues. But I have a lot of issues with academia, you know, period. Just the way that it's.
Did you go to college?
Huh?
You went to college?
Yes, definitely. I went to Clark Atlanta and I finished.
Definitely. I never went to college. I didn't finish high school, motherfucker.
Shout out.
Shut up.
Shout out to the GED program in Jefferson Parish. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just, you know, I was with those, like my friends were like the kids that you see on Hillman and, you know, like their parents were multimillionaires and shit like that. And, like, so and they were really cool. You love them. You know what I'm saying? So like the Cosby Show is, I feel, illustrative of their life, but it wasn't funny. I just felt like it was a great way because that really is what was going on.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, graduation fights and shootings. You wanted to write that down.
I did. Because of the Carver.
Speak on it.
Did you see the Carver?
No.
You didn't see the video. Okay. Well, it's kind of hard to talk about it if you didn't see that video.
Talk about it.
Because it was a lot.
It was just fights?
It was like
A brawl?
It was they had Carver. They had their graduation at Xavier University.
1 second. Joe, are you playing games over there?
Nah, fam. Mind your business.
What you doing?
He's probably doing.
Why don't you be in a conversation, Joe?
He's probably doing his one.
Don't
Anyway.
worry about what the fuck I be doing.
There's actually a page called Carver Fights, so you can probably.
What the fuck? What did I miss here?
You know, so it was like this. I just hate to see that because I'm like this. We're coming off of a time where people are like, what, 2-3 years? We couldn't even have graduations. We were doing
Hold on.
drive-bys. Oh,
Keep talking about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were doing drive-by graduation, drive-by funerals, and you have people come in and completely.
Yo, that's ghetto.
It was really, and I mean, it wasn't just inside; it was outside too.
There's a dude crawling through another dude's legs to
Yes,
get away
like-
from the chair that's getting slammed on him.
It was really, really bad.
What is going on here?
It was a lot, you know, and it was
Our
outside.
graduation's not sacred.
You know? And I'm just like, look, we've been inside for 3 years.
We don't know how to act in public no more.
Gotta get my shit off.
That's what I kept telling people. I'm not like, you have to really kind of pace yourself with getting back out there into society because it's not, you know, you want to jump back out there, but you're talking about people that have been cooped up for years, you know? And a lot of people are going through it, and and just because people aren't acknowledging that doesn't mean that it's not happening. But I talk to a lot of people where they're not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are not meant to be secluded.
Yeah, I'm like this. I'm like, you put somebody in solitary confinement in jail for 30 days, and
it
that's gonna
causes mental issues.
But we were in solitary confinement for months.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
You know.
Yeah, but you also live with people. So you have something. You have some.
I wish they weren't there.
It's like there's days.
The difference was I had to go to work every day.
Yeah.
Oh, see, and
I had to.
There was a period where I was going to work every day too, and that was giving me a lot of anxiety. I lost a job over that shit because I was like, y'all ain't gonna have me up in here just risking my life for this bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I got in an argument with one of my bosses
Yeah.
at the time because I was just because like at the time everybody got sent home. I think because somebody tested positive,
Yeah.
but I had to stay. So me and him got into it because it was just like, so wait, everybody else gets to go home, but I
Yeah.
gotta stay my happy ass and fuck that.
A lot of things were happening you didn't understand. Like, and there was no real precedent for how to handle it. So those fights at the I'm like, you're looking at a graduation where people are like, hey, let's go out, and now they have a big gang fight. That was horrible. And then out in Hammond where they shooting people. And
What was that about? Was it a fight?
I think, well, the dude that came in there, he just opened fire.
Oh, so
on
it was one of those situations.
Yeah.
White dude. Oh no.
What? I didn't know that.
First of all, stop cultural appropriating. That's cultural appropriation.
Oh, look. There
I
it
got a
is.
whole hour, fam. A whole hour.
That's cultural appropriation.
Okay.
White people shoot shit up, man.
Okay. I was really surprised by that. And then there was another Tennessee graduation that was shot up, too.
That is Caucasian
You
appropriation.
know? And,
That's the name of the episode.
and we have to talk about the Buffalo shooting where, you know, like where I
Oh,
said,
okay,
dude went in there like he was on Call of Duty, on Twitch, you know, like it's a video game, just shooting people. And he was able to shoot so many people without, and then go home, nothing's a problem. You know, we're having a mass shootings all over the place.
Wait, he got to go home?
I mean, not go home. But
Oh,
he went to
okay.
the police.
They didn't shoot him.
They didn't shoot him.
Okay.
Period.
My biggest issue with that narrative, and this is the white side of me coming out.
Yeah.
I feel like obviously there is more police brutality when it comes to African Americans, but I do feel like in my experience of watching videos,
Yeah.
this is all I can speak on, I feel like people pass over the fact that, okay, if he gave up without a fight, then of course he didn't get shot.
I know that's how you feel. And
Wait, don't over encompass that. Like, I know that's how you feel. Like, I know every time you see a black man dead on the street, you're like, oh, he shouldn't have fought back. That's whoa.
Throw your ass under the bus real
Yeah, you
quick.
saw you trying to do it. I caught it.
But
I'm on his side. Don't worry about it.
I know.
that's really not how it is. Like, let me tell you something. Like, look at Jefferson Parish.
Okay.
Them be like, they'll cut their mics off when the black guy gives himself people.
I think anytime a cop cuts off his mic, blocks his camera, does anything like that, you go to jail too, playboy.
Like look at the guy. It was a couple years ago. I'll never forget. He did something to a cop, or he might have shot a cop in the line of duty or something like that. And then when he caught him, he's always all beat up. You don't need to think that a black kid sees 15 cops coming at him with dogs and he's not going to give over easily. They beat his ass because they want to. And it's
And y'all gonna say Quincy don't back up the black community.
You know, like I really I'm about fairness. Like I know what they do.
Y'all didn't need to beat that kid like that. I know exactly what situation you're talking about. They stick the dogs on him too.
Exactly.
They didn't need to do all that.
Period.
He shot a cop. You got to know his homeboy's gonna come at you.
I mean, look.
But like in my mind, and I only say this is like from my perspective, not a white perspective. My perspective.
Yeah.
I know anytime I've ever gotten into it with a cop, I know like if he pisses me off enough and I punch him in his face, all his friends gonna jump me.
Exactly. But we pretend like that's out of some whole, oh my God, he's a cop and he's a good guy, but it's really they're a fucking gang. And especially, you know.
That I'll agree with.
You know. And
Sorry, Jason.
And you know how they act. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I love when they try to get all like, they try to have some type of emotional moment because he was a cop and he was a cop.
He was our brother.
He was just any other motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know?
There's this gold thing on his chest.
Yeah. Like, he's not a better
In
person.
the words of Bowie, happy birthday to Bowie, by the way. Rest in peace to the God.
Yes.
He said, I saw him about to fight a cop one night and he said, you ain't nothing but a bitch and a badge.
All right, let's backtrack for 2 seconds.
What you got, babe?
So the Hammond shooting. So apparently he was a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
And a juvenile got into some sort of altercation, pulled guns, and started shooting at each other in the crowd. So it was two people that were shooting at each other in the crowd. 10 shots were fired. They're still looking for the other shooter. So it wasn't just like a random black guy walked into the thing and just started shooting at the crowd. He was shooting at someone.
Oh, he caught a
in
stray?
a crowd.
Caught a stray one?
And 3 people caught a stray.
Though the narrative that I do hate is that whenever it's black people, it's a criminal gang shooting or whatever you want to call it. When it's white people, it's mental issues.
Absolutely, because they even said that they're trying to think that maybe it's regarding like a gang thing.
You saw it.
Why?
You see it. You
Why?
see it. Okay. You see it.
Immediately, you don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
It's just they think that it's gang.
But like these white dudes would be like, look, you know what? I'm in the Ku Klux Klan. Well, you know what? He's a lone wolf.
Oh, look, and he blackety black, so
Yeah,
you
oh,
know
no.
they saying it's gang affiliated.
Okay, yes, exactly.
That's
like, so you
ridiculous.
know what they're gonna give
That
to
boy
him.
like Kodak.
You
But
know
when
what?
Wasn't there something closer to home
I was about to say, wasn't there something that just had like a big shooting that just happened recently?
at was it Southeastern?
Was it Hammond?
That's-
Yeah, it was in
that's it.
Hammond.
That's it.
That's the
how it
one.
went? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Hammond-
That's crazy, yo. Cause like I work with a couple cats that like live in Hammond, and they like, yo, it's fucking boring out there. It's,
Yeah, that's
like
why
they-
this shook
they
the
like
town
Hammond-
up.
They like
They
Ham-
wouldn't have even reported that if that happened in West Jeff.
They be like, man, Hammond's poor. Like shit don't go on out here. It's fucking boring. So it's like
it's
they
weird
probably
you say
hype
that.
about that shit right
A
now.
friend of mine's a DJ, and he was just saying, like maybe 2 days ago, he's like, "Man, I ain't never taking a job in Hammond again." This
Was it
year."
Byron?
You know, it was.
Fuck you and your mom. Fuck you and your mama, ho. Anyway, sorry.
Exactly. So, but that's the bigger problem too. Everybody's so fucking bored.
Yeah.
They're looking for something that'll make them feel that jolt again. So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta be careful out here.
So, fuck. I don't get like. I mean, this is the age old question. It's like, whatever happened to the old days when we could just duke it out? Because Q, the way you talk, I know you can fight.
I really can fight, like, and I fight really well.
And it's
but
fucked up because people automatically assume, oh, he's gay. I used to work with a dude that used to say, no F word that rhymes with maggot
yes,
could ever beat my ass. And I
Yeah.
said, you don't know gay dudes.
sir.
Yeah, you bugging.
And I'm not gonna do that windmill stuff. I had a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Put these bitches on you.
Oh, wait, let me ask you this. Did your dad accept you?
yeah, I
Or
mean,
does your dad accept you?
yeah, definitely.
Oh, so then you can't fight that well.
Huh? I mean, well, look, I know that's what we had other problems. Like our problems would be even if I was straight. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely had to put hands on each other. You know what I'm saying? We had to. You know,
And you skinny as shit.
Well, my dad's
Big as fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could tell by your build your dad's big as
Yeah,
fuck.
he's that. And we got to that age where I'm just like, sir, I will kill you, dude.
Ain't no F word gonna kill me. Bing, 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 bing.
So it's very much that. But you know, duking it out is something that you do when you have mutual respect for for who you're going against.
That's true.
And
That's true.
people in the street, they don't really respect each other. I'm like, if you don't respect each other's lives, you know.
I think that's why it's like
And niggas don't want to get beat up.
I think that's why it pissed me off so much because
They don't
of
want to
the
lose a fight.
No, exactly. I think that's what pisses me off even more is the amount of time I was this height at 12.
See?
So people thought I could fight.
Yeah.
So I got jumped so many times. And that shit hurts, bro.
Yeah.
That shit sucks.
Yeah.
See,
So I finally learned how to fight because one day I went, fuck it, and just started swinging on the motherfuckers that would jump. And then finally, by the third time, I whipped his ass. The other two beat me up. I whipped both of their ass, but the third one got me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I finally started to learn how to fight from getting jumped every goddamn week.
And he wonders why I don't want to send our kid to public school.
Exactly.
No,
I would
'cause he
never
gonna
send my
learn.
child to public
Thank
school.
you.
Quincy, shut up.
Look, he's not sending his twins to public school. I'm
Where
not
you gonna
sending
send
mine.
him? Where you gonna send him? Shaw? I saw more drugs in
not
Shaw.
Shaw.
Drugs is a part of life, but you know,
There's a difference between
Tell her that.
drugs.
there's a
Tight.
big difference between drugs
There's a difference
and violence.
between drugs.
I never got in one fist fight at West Jeff. Never got one fist fight at
Okay,
West
but there's people that did.
Jeff. Of course they did.
My
There was
brother
shootings.
got jumped and he got his
I saw your brother whip that dude's ass that stole his PSP. I don't want to hear it.
I don't know what you're
I didn't know who her brother was. And then one day we sitting there talking and she's like, yeah, my brother got his PSP stolen at West Jeff one time. And I was like, Wait a minute. I was there for that.
Scott, the one that took it. Look.
No. I watched him whip your boy's ass.
You know?
I don't recall that being part of the story.
But
here.
anyway, so you think you think it's a black school issue?
I think it's
It's not even a black. It's public.
You know, it's a
Come on.
You
It's
just say
definitely
public.
a public.
Let's be real.
Because on the West Bank, you know, the white kids were really trashy.
Yes.
That is true. That's why I saw
Really-
drugs at the Catholic school.
They were really, but not even those. But it's just like, you know, the Terrytown kids. You know, what I'm
Hey.
I'm like, you said the word.
old Gretna. You know what I'm saying?
How much is
Whoa.
Mom,
Old Granda's bougie, okay?
It is like it really is.
Yeah, using old grand.
It is. I love old.
Nah, see, I feel like the whole fight.
My mom
aspect
just said it was $7,000 a year at fucking Shaw. $7,000 a year, and you still bringing drugs into
But
this
you know what?
motherfucker.
That's actually still kind of cheap. You know what I'm saying? Compared
fair.
to some of the really good, you know, East
I mean,
Bank.
Yeah,
and
true,
it's
true,
also
true.
a lot of the richer kids.
Yeah.
It's very easy to go to the doctor and be like, oh, I'm having trouble focusing. And then they get Adderall and then they can sell that shit.
I'll be right back.
Exactly.
So
You know what I'm saying?
it's very easy for richer kids to have like
And
that.
it's worth it to give your kids better like connections when they get older. I believe that's
Going to a private school?
huh?
If you send them to a private school, you saying it's like better for them when you get older?
Better connections.
Absolutely. Because I feel like people that go to Catholic schools are,
That makes sense.
I don't want to say more
guess.
likely to succeed, but like there's people I graduated with that are out there doing like great things.
Yeah.
And and then
Yeah.
you'll be like, oh yeah, we went
And
to
it's-
school
it
You
together.
went
is
to private
great.
school?
Huh?
You went to private school?
Absolutely, my whole life.
Oh.
Where'd you go for elementary?
St. Anthony on
Okay.
Franklin.
I went to
It's
St.
over there in
Cletus.
Gretna. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just like, I plan to send my kid. If it's not a charter school, I'm sending him to Catholic school because even the whole like, Scott has this thing of like Catholic being like a, what's it called?
Cult?
Yes.
Okay.
And like, it is very cultish. Exactly.
I don't know if that was a good
But-
guess or he just knew.
Because he knew. Because it's a thing. 100% a thing. But the fact is that so many people I know that have gone to Catholic school, including myself, their whole life.
Yeah.
Even when you get older and you become more aware.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're automatically gonna follow that.
But no, I'm with the cult because I feel like people need to feel like they come from some type of extended clan or clan. And I was even just saying like to my St. Cletus friends, like, you know, because then I went to Carr because I was at St. Cletus and I was like, my dad was like, you can either go to Shaw or St. Aug, and I was like, I don't want to go to either one of them motherfuckers, which was weird because I'm like, look, I'm gay. I'm like, well, I wanted to go to all boys school, but I really wanted a whole. I was watching Saved by the Bell and all of those type of shows. I was like, I want that type of experience.
Yeah, I went to
So,
an all-girls school.
you
I
know?
feel like it was very different.
Yeah.
No one really like cared what they look like.
Yeah.
Going to school and
You know?
Yeah.
But I was like, even at this age, I was like, you know, some of my St. Cletus friends, you'd be surprised. And I was like one of those few blacks. They're still really supportive. They're always there. I always hear from them. Just the other day, this girl, she stopped by the house. She used to live across the street. She was like, hey, I just wanted to show my son where I used to live. And you know, she knocked on the door. You know, so it was like that type of stuff. And she was like, Quincy, you know, we were always friends. And like, you know, so there's those connections that I feel like sometimes if you're just in the public school, people move away. You know, it's a little bit different.
yeah. I feel like the people I went to like grammar school with and like elementary school with, it was all the same school. But some of them I grew up with since I was 3. And I care, like, I don't really talk to many people that I went to high school with anymore, but every now and again I'll still talk to people I went to elementary school with.
Yeah.
I grew up with them. But my high school was an all-girls school, and I appreciated it because I didn't have to worry about the whole boy thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of like guy friends more than I like chick friends.
That's what I'm trying to, like, that's what it was for me too. Like, hey, I might be gay and all of that, but I actually like having girls as friends.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I going to find those girls as friends? Because
Yeah.
if they're not in the classroom with me, I ain't going looking for them.
Yeah,
You
because you don't have time. Like, what are you gonna do as a high schooler? Where are you gonna go and meet these
Where
people?
you gonna go? Yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
I
so
feel that.
that's how I feel. So I definitely understand. I'm more in support of what you're saying. But for the high schools, I'm not in agreement with it only because I feel like there should be a co-ed Catholic high
I don't
school.
know why there's not.
I don't either. It's really weird.
Or at least more of them.
Yeah, there used to be Redeemer Seton across the river, but Or
don't even know what that is.
yeah, like,
I guess
I
charter
think it's
schools
done
would
now.
be like the next thing to go to. That would be co-ed.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know. It kind of just depends on like, because I mean, I had my friends in high school. They were great, but we kind of just all went our
Yeah.
separate ways.
And with girls especially, what you have a boy though, right? It's different. With girls, it's like
Damn.
the girls. It's like they get married and they go become. Girls.
Thoughts?
They're no. I was gonna say girls' identities can get washed away easier than boys can.
I could see that.
Like if you have a family full of girls and they all marry men, they usually all go and hang with those men's families. You know.
Interesting.
It's like if you have a family full of boys, they all bring their wives and they're all there.
That is okay. I can definitely.
Yeah.
See that. So my family, there's 3 girls. Like my mom is one of 3, but none of them, the fathers are.
Q, you want another
involved.
shot?
Yes.
So it's always been just kind of us.
Yeah.
Like the moms with the children.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, I want one. And but I can totally see like other families. Normally, you go with the guy.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Like I bring Scott, and it was so weird in the beginning because they're so used to like dads not being involved.
Exactly.
And so they're so thrown off when Scott does things for the baby. They're like, "Oh, I can do it." "Oh, Nikki, why aren't you doing it?" It's like because Scott's a fucking father too. He's perfectly capable of changing a diaper.
Yeah. So that's how I mean it. So yeah. Yeah.
Pass them down.
Nice.
We're gonna try a different one this time.
Okay.
Which one is this?
Are you
Blackberry.
are you making all of this yourself?
No, I'm not that country.
We were gifted these, and we're gonna do a show where we like taste test them.
Yeah.
But this ends up being one of them.
And you know what you should do? Like the little flights and stuff. You know how they call them flights?
Oh
Yeah.
God, we did that
We
at
have like 5 different moonshines, and I just don't think it would be safe for us to do 5 shots of moonshine.
You never know.
We could do it. We could do it on a crossover.
Yeah, we got the Degenerates crossover coming up soon.
We can do it on a Saturday. I feel like that would be much better than doing it on a Sunday when we.
Yeah, I was
work.
talking about that with Swamp last night.
All right, so thanks again for coming, Q.
Oh gosh,
And
thanks for having me,
obviously,
guys.
this is the Blackberry Moonshine.
Nice.
Ta-ting, ta-ting, ting, ting. Not bad.
I kind of like the iced tea one though.
The iced tea
I'll be
one was
honest.
really smooth.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
I was sitting there. I put some ice
shit's
cubes
trash.
in it and was sipping on it. It tasted so good. It's kind of like that thing that you would sip on and like forget that it
Put
was
your lips on the mic.
moonshine, and then get really fucked up because you're drinking way too much iced tea.
No.
You don't like that
It's
one?
like garbage.
Trash. Nah, that ain't it.
That ain't the one?
It tastes like that type of syrup that I don't like.
I was about to say, it tastes
Really?
like that
Yeah.
knockoff
Not a
shit.
fan?
Yeah,
No,
it tastes
it's-
like the fake jelly.
It's like the molasses. Like you know how like there's syrup and there's molasses.
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, it's that.
All right, so
Let me get this taste out my mouth. Nicotine.
no, it's just great. No, this is just one of those episodes that like I'm more excited because it was like we talk so much about the LGBTQ community, or as Turtle calls it, the LGBT, and we've never had anybody in the room, and now I don't know what to talk about with you here. So
I mean,
They all backed out on us.
I'm kind of a weird gay because I'm not really LGBTQ.
that's what makes it difficult to
Yeah.
discuss any of this with you, is because
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, we might have, because we've been wanting to get a trans person in here because gay seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I like men.
Yeah,
Why? Because I don't like women.
yeah.
Done. Okay. Well, when it comes to trans, it's like, okay, like the biggest conversation, and I know you're not going to have an answer to this, obviously, but it's like the biggest conversation that we had, like with a trans person at one time was I was like, okay, so like we have a trans man right here, right? Yes. Man. Yes. But he has a vagina. Yes. So if I have sex with him, you're gay. But by definition, that's not gay.
It gets really weird. And
I'm curious. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah. What is your opinion on this?
I mean, look, you know,
Because, you know, Snap, Crackle, Pop apparently Pop's a transgender now.
yeah, like I'm a very,
Joe, pick it up.
I'm upset.
You
No.
here with us?
I'm a very binary person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even in the gay world, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like there's like, hey, anything goes. I can be the bottom and the top. I can be femme and
Oh, so you double jointed?
I don't.
No.
He's saying that.
I'm saying like that's
Because you give off bitter bottom vibes.
I am.
I don't like men no more.
That's who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine saying that to someone who just is strictly top?
No,
Like,
exactly.
that would be so offensive, I feel like. Like, you give off bottom vibes.
You get off bitter bottom vibes.
And you know what? Look, you're helping me because I just recently had a crush. You know what I'm saying?
He's crushing on you too, though, right?
He was, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, hey, I don't know. I got to be careful with you because you give off bitter bottom vibes. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But Scott said it makes sense.
I was ready to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. Let's go.
Super toxic. But I was like, but now hearing you say it, I was like, that's good. And I want to make sure that I'm giving off the right thing because there at times.
I want to make sure everyone knows I am a bottom.
Bitterly.
Bitterly bottom.
Bitterly bottom. You know what? And
Name of the episode, Bitterly Bottom.
But let me tell you something. A lot of bitter from the bottom comes from, like, I feel like maybe the trans kids have kind of pushed bottoms out. There's like that thing where now it's like you could just be a bottom. If somebody wanted to, they're like, hey, I want a guy. But now it's like, hey, you know what? I want to experiment, but I'd rather do it with trans. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because it'll make me feel less gay. And I'm like, hey, that sounds great. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you just
pre-op or post-op?
I don't know what. Right. I just be like, why don't you just continue fucking with girls? You know what I'm saying?
So wait, they want a guy that was previously a female, but to have sex with them anally, so that they don't feel weird about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Or
that's weird.
Well, they want to still be the top, so they're like, hey, if I'm gonna be a top, I'd rather do it with a trans. And I'm just like, so like, if you see a bitter bottom, just know that we're getting pushed out by here about all of these.
All these buttholes that are next to vaginas.
Exactly.
So how do you feel about like a Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, I'll tell you this.
I know you're not trans, obviously.
Yeah,
like, let's make that very clear.
I was pissed with Dave because of this, because I love Dave, and I'm just like, look, we all coming out of this quarantine. Everybody's had it rough. And I don't have a problem with what Dave said, but my only issue is
Wait, which thing are you referring to when you say what Dave said?
Well, just his comments about trans. I do actually have problems.
Like on his special or when he got attacked?
His special.
His special,
Yeah.
okay.
I did, have issues with that. Not even that, but like how he acted after that with like the whole, I'm gonna just, troll y'all. And, I didn't like that because I feel like, look, dude, we all came out of the fucking quarantine. Like, gays have it hard enough. Like, what, like, if you want to pick on somebody, there's other people to go, go at. So I feel like he just kind of picked that easy target or whatever, and it was just kind of weird for him because he never gone that direction. But I'm always gonna still be a Dave fan, but I'm gonna still give him shit too. Like, no, you're not gonna pick on us because you think we're weak. And you're going to find out we're not weak. That's all it is when it's
CQ,
funny.
I think you're the exception though, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem with everybody else is that you're the exception. Yeah. Whereas it's like you just said, I'm a Dave fan, but I'm going to let you know you're fucking up. Nobody else will do that.
No.
Everybody else is like, I don't like what Dave said, cancel him.
Yeah.
Why do we have to go that far?
I don't believe in, because they canceled me. And they really,
okay, so that's why you have a different perspective on it.
I don't believe in canceling people whatsoever because I'm just like, it's very isolated and it's very witch huntish shit. And I feel like it's very it's very cyber lynching.
Mm-hmm.
And I talk to a lot of men who you'll think that they are aggressive or they'll think that they're toxic and stuff like that. But if you get them one-on-one in real life, they have like the gentlest heart. Or they might even be going through something where just telling these kind of stupid ass jokes was their only therapy.
Yeah.
So,
well, because you also have to remember that like a lot of these comedians are quote unquote tortured souls.
Yeah.
Like they're going through shit too, but they get off on making people laugh.
Yeah.
And the most people are laughing by these jokes that they're telling, so they continue to tell these jokes. But now they are realizing that there's like entire demographics of people that are taking these jokes seriously, like we talked about earlier in the show, where it's like, I'm joking. Like, I think Joe Rogan said it, where he was just like, I feel like this is stupid to have, or no, Jim Jeffrey said it. He's like, I feel like this is stupid to have to say. This is not what I think. This is what I think is funny.
Yeah. But the problem is, and you can say it and leave it there. But what Dave did was he went back and kind of stoked the flames of.
He does stoke the flames about it a lot.
If he'd have just left it there, and I would have been like, hey, I don't have a problem. But when you're empowering people who you know are homophobic in our bigots,
okay,
then
I see
that's
what you're
where I
saying.
have the problem. Like my whole thing is, I never felt like Dave was a bigot, but my whole thing is bigots are using your shit to say this is why we don't like gays. So you got to at least acknowledge. And I even said the same thing about a lot of my stuff. I'm like, look, people, like if it's certain things I said that this group didn't like, maybe women didn't like, I'm like, look, I didn't mean it that way, but I can see how if you're saying it's being used to, dehumanize you on this case, I'm sorry, my bad. Let's move on. Problem with a lot of the women is they don't really like to move on a lot of times. You know what I'm saying?
Them bitches hold grudges. What?
You're talking to the king right here.
Like if once they
did a fucking voodoo curse on him.
Oh, I thought you were myself.
In a group.
literally.
Okay, so let's get a couple of things out the way. Q, number one. Do you think you were born the way that you are?
I know that I was.
You know that you were.
Yeah.
How do you feel about people, hide your kids, hide your wife? Because they raping everybody up in here. That motherfucker?
What you mean?
You know what I'm talking about?
What about?
Oh yeah, him.
He came out and said that being gay is a choice.
Did he really?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
When did he do that?
Years ago.
He did. I remember he did.
remember
But
that.
he's in one of those weird conversion programs though.
Oh.
He's in one of those. So
Time out.
Yeah, hold on. Can we backtrack? Because
Y'all can do your own research. We having a conversation.
No, fuck that.
A conversion program, so like you go to this program to.
You've never heard of a conversion therapy?
Fuck
so
no.
what? Did
What?
he decide that he did?
That is one of the biggest controversies in the Catholic religion.
Most people will send their kids there if their kids are saying that they're gay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've heard of
Wasn't
that.
that
They
an
use
adult?
shock therapy. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of
That's
that.
still a thing. Like even being an adult, conversion therapy is a real thing.
It's a real thing, and he went through it, and people will go through all of these things.
I'm not gay. No, I don't like men's no more.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
And I'm like,
Oh, okay. I'm caught up. Go.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like that whole choice. Like, I feel like for some people it could be a choice. I'm like, it wasn't for me. I'm like, but I feel like if you're bisexual and you want to choose, hey, it's a choice.
So,
But I don't believe that he's. I don't believe that he's bisexual though.
Joe, throw it up for me real quick. Joe, throw it up. All right. So, do you think that people that say being gay is a choice are secretly kind of gay? Because we've had the
It's
conversation.
very sketchy. Because my whole thing is this: if you believe that I could choose to be gay, then that means you feel like you could choose. Like
Because that was my thought process.
Yeah.
That was my thought. Because I've said,
Nailed it.
one of my favorite things was one of my favorite jokes I've ever heard was somebody looked at a comedian that I'm a fan of. I think it was Andrew Schultz. And they said, bro, no, bro. I know I'm not gay. And dude was like, you know you're not gay?
Yeah.
Tried and failed, homie? He's like, I don't know. I might see a dick tomorrow that I might be like, oh, shit. He's like, but then on the other hand, he's like, I feel like there's all these people that are just like, oh, yeah, being gay is a choice. You could be a straight man if you want to. And he's like, I'm looking at myself in the mirror like, I couldn't suck a dick.
I mean,
And that's how I feel. I feel like I have yet to see a dick pretty enough that I feel like I need Q, shut up. That I feel like I need to suck. So therefore, I feel like, no, I am attracted to breasts, ass, vagina, and that's it. Meanwhile, there's other people that say, no, I like penis. And that's when I'm sitting here going, okay, so then there must be something going on differently with you because I know I can't do that.
exactly. And this is going on differently with me too, is what I'm trying to say. It's like, because, I mean, because if you put a dick there and a pussy there, I'm not going to say, oh, I like them equally. I don't know. Oh, I don't know how to choose. I'm going to be like, no, I want that. But I say that I'm gay. So when if somebody's saying like, hey, I'm bisexual, or I've had sex with a lot of bisexuals, and they'll be like, I like girls too, and I'm just like, I can't. So I'm not gonna say what their experience is because when I leave you, I'm not gonna go and try to date a girl next week.
Have you ever had sex with a woman?
Yes.
And
And it just, I mean, it just.
not to get too deep into your.
I mean, you can get as deep as you want to.
Oh,
It just wasn't.
Okay, hey, calm down.
Was that
all right?
like
Calm down.
before you ended up having sex with a man,
So
or
gets
like
it.
in the middle?
It was in the middle. Yeah, I had a sex
Were
with
you
a
just
dude.
like curious, like
Shout out to everybody
Let me
that stuck with
try.
us this long. Leave a dick emoji in the
I wasn't curious. I was just like,
Because a friend of mine that I grew up with, he had sex with multiple women before he came
yeah.
out.
It was a couple, and it wasn't even. I mean, one knew that I was gay. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, sometimes dick is dick, yo.
Yeah, you know, period. And like honestly, what's weird about now is so weird. I'll say that things are starting to kind of evolve now because when I was younger, it was kind of like there was no such thing as bisexual. They were like, look, if you want to have sex with a dude, you're gay. Period.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
kind
Like-
of fall into that category.
Yeah.
Only because I'm getting sick of these people that are just coming out and they're just like, no, all gay people are stupid. I've had sex with one man, but all gay. And I'm like, no, bro. You suck one dick, you love dick. That's it. Because I cannot suck a dick. I can't.
But what I mean by that is like that's how it was. But now I'm like, I'll be telling girls, I'm like, no, I'm not, I'm gay. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, no.
So girls be trying to turn you out?
Sir.
Oh, no.
And like, for me, it was
Because you are pretty.
But for me, it was always like, once girls found out, like they would never want nothing to do with me. So I always said I'm gay because I like guys. So I never said to myself, oh, maybe I like girls too, because I never gave myself an opportunity to say, look, a girl would even want me. Because I'm like, what would that even look like? I'm like, what am I going to tell her I don't like dick? I'm like, I'm like, am I gonna hide it from her, or will I tell her and then be like, hey, we're in a relationship and sometime I'm gonna need to go? Because I don't really believe in like, that type of, I don't believe in having sex with multiple people at the same time. So it's like, it's one or
Q,
that's
if anybody
it.
has ever seemed like they had multiple hoes, it'd be you.
Look, I can have multiple hoes. I just don't like having sex with multiple people at one time, just because of like safety.
No,
concerns
fair.
and
I get
stuff
you.
like
You
that.
said you were a germaphobe. I get
Yeah,
it. Okay.
I am.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, you bugging.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Mind your business.
And like honestly, in my sexuality, a lot of Catholic repression comes up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, a lot of Catholic repression.
And you said your mom's very, very Catholic.
Very Catholic.
How does that clash in your household?
It doesn't clash at all. We're kind of the same on that.
You're very Catholic still.
I'm very Catholic. I don't.
Yeah, you missed that part.
Okay.
Pretty. I pretty am.
And that doesn't, because that's almost part of why I became a, what am I called? Agnostic?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like Catholicism.
Because I feel like God's not as much of an uptight asshole as like people try to make him out to be.
I feel like Catholics don't require enough of you to give to God to even think that he's an asshole.
Really?
I mean, like an hour a week for mass.
Let me ask you a question. Did your dad feel a certain type of way when his gay son whipped his ass?
Daddy is like,
You called him daddy.
he's always.
I hate that I gotta do this to you, daddy. Like that's all I'm thinking in my head.
I've always been kind of like a brat to him. Like he really like, it's so weird because I wish his dynamic is strange because he is that dude, but like my gayness really doesn't come up like that at all.
So like, is your dad like the old school tough guy?
He is.
So did it kind of fucked with him a little bit?
No.
No.
Like that's what's surprising.
Well, because I love that and I respect that just because like right now my son is sleeping in the other room and I take I take a page out of the book of Jim Jeffries where I say, when my son grows up, I don't care how much dick or pussy he wants. I hope he gets as much as he wants.
Daddy was like, is a little bit different. He's like,
Joe disagrees.
No, I don't care, man.
Just watch football with me. That's all I
That's
ask.
it. That's it. Like whatever I like to do it with me. Whatever you fuck, I don't care.
I felt like I grew up feeling like once he found out, he would either try to kill me or we would never speak again.
Really?
That's how I like, cause I just like that's how you kind of grew.
He grew up in that
You know,
that age.
I just always kind
He
of
was a Crippo blood.
even come on, he was a Texaco worker.
Hey,
You know,
blood.
He was,
Okay.
You know, never. So, but he never he was always that guy, but he never said anything dehumanizing about gays or anything like that. And then once I got in college, it was just like a non-event. Like we argued, like we had other issues. Like his issues with me are more so like
I'm sick of you not taking out the fucking trash.
Not-
I don't care
not
if
that
you
you
gay.
suck dick.
I don't care if you gay. Take out the fucking trash.
period. He thinks like his things is more kind of like socioeconomic, like your mom's people think that they better than, you know, like that kind of stuff. Like they think that they're all up here and, you know, like that type of stuff. You know, you don't get, it's nothing about sexuality. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was weird. That's one of his redeeming qualities. You know?
So you were shocked
One of
at his response.
I was really shocked. I was.
I mean, I feel like it'd be the same way as like if my son were to come out to me at all and just be like, "Yeah, Dad, I'm gay. I don't give a fuck that you're gay. You're still taking out the garbage, big brother."
I was shocked, but I was also so angry at how much anxiety it used to give me over my life. Because
You thought that he would have had a different opinion.
Yeah, like you're talking about something that I didn't tell him until I was like maybe 23.
Really?
Yeah.
I only act shocked because like I had one gay friend growing up, and we all knew.
Yeah.
But like when I was a kid, you don't know like what that means. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like there's this one kid, he's different.
Yeah.
Like we all hang out, we all party, we all play together, like whatever the case may be. But this one kid's always different. And then we end up being like 18, 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He's gay. You know what I'm saying? So like for it to take that long for your dad to, or do you think he always knew?
Maybe you have to kind of know him.
Because
Like,
I knew
he
a
wasn't-
set of twins
he
that
just
like
wasn't focused on that.
one played football, one was skipping rope.
Yeah,
you know what
he-
I'm saying?
He just wasn't focused on that.
Gotcha.
He was focused
Okay.
on like, oh well, what are you gonna do when you get out of college, and what are you gonna do here? And his whole thing was, fuck these hoes. You know what I'm saying? They ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like
So he always knew. He always knew.
He
always knew.
He had to have, but and that's what makes me mad too, because I'm like, you're thinking that you're hiding something that you're not hiding.
Well, because Q, here's
They're
the
your
thing.
parents.
Q,
Yeah.
Q, the thing is, you don't give off straight vibes, but you
Yeah.
don't give off like sassy gay vibes.
Yeah,
either.
it's something
You
else.
know what I'm saying?
Except
Like,
for your period.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you sassy as fuck, but you'll still punch a motherfucker in their face. You know what I'm
and that's
saying?
always
I feel
how
that.
I like. That's always how I was too.
Yeah,
Like,
gotcha.
You gotta understand. Like, I had.
See, we had topics. We could just talk about Q for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
I had 20 something cousins on each side, and I was like the bully on each side. So it was kind of I do this thing where I'm like, I'm really the gay bully. Like I can't believe this. I'm like, I'm really that guy. Where people
Do you
are-
think it was a defense mechanism?
Not at all.
No.
I just
You was just an asshole.
Beat them little niggas up. That's all.
I was just a fucking asshole.
Send them
I
niggas to the
was
store.
I was kind of a brat, but you know that's so. It was just a lot of things, and it made things kind of unique, you know. And that's why I tell a lot of people these days. I'm like, you know what? You're probably keeping secrets that don't even need to be kept.
So when you hear, basically like to wrap this up, so like when you hear motherfuckers say shit like being gay is a choice, do you think it's because they're secretly gay?
I mean, like, look, I'm always gonna try them.
Hey,
Yo,
you wanna know why? Because like I said, I look at the situation and I'm like, no matter what you do, now if there's money involved, we could talk. You know what I'm saying? But like if you put me in a room and you say you either have to eat this pussy or suck it, I'm eating the pussy. You know what I'm saying?
but
if you look at me and you say, look, I'll give you $1 billion to suck this dick.
I mean, but like
I gotta suck this dick.
But like,
you know what I mean?
But like, look at it like that. I'll even tell a lot of guys like this. Like, there'll be guys like, "Oh, I'll do it for money or whatever like that," and I'm just like, "You're not gay then."
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say, because you're not gonna look me in my face and I tell you, Q, you got to eat pussy for $1 billion, and you're gonna tell me no.
I mean, it'd be hard.
But you're gonna do it for $1 billion, right?
yeah, you gotta
You're gonna do it for $1 billion,
tough it
right?
out, fam.
I get through it. It's like when your mom.
You gonna get through it,
it's
right?
Like, you remember that meal that your mom was like, you better eat that shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
same
you're
thing
not
with
getting
sucking a
none.
dick.
And you just sit like Christina Crawford trying to eat that thing. You're just sitting there all night.
Eat my
I ain't
shit.
eating this shit.
I'm doing it.
So that's how.
Same thing with us, bro. I promise you. There's no part of me that looks at a penis and goes, "That sounds appetizing."
So I tell people like, and I, honestly, I'll tell a lot of people I liked gay stuff when it was more subversive.
Hey, do me a favor. Drop a mermaid emoji if you stay with us this long.
Oh, you are recording it.
No, we are recording it. It's gonna be a video.
Okay.
It's not live. It's not live.
I just realized that.
I thought about it. I thought about us going live. I thought about us going live, but we've been having issues the past couple of weeks with the camera. So I just want us to get the footage, so we didn't go live this time.
Okay, cool.
But next time you come on, we might have you on, ask some uncomfortable
I'm
questions.
just saying I would have tossed my bag a couple of more times.
Man. All right, so we're creeping up on 2 hours. We ain't gotta stop it. We ain't gotta stop at 2 hours, but
good.
I do want to try to get some of these topics out the way.
Okay.
So, Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Q, shut up. Only because Q's been going off the past couple of hours. I want to give everybody else a chance to talk. How do y'all feel about the Johnny versus Amber? Joe,
Pure
first of all,
fucking entertainment. Thank
Joe.
you for entertaining my workday.
Joe, how do you feel about the Johnny versus Amber?
Nikki, take it away.
No, have you watched any of it?
No.
No.
Oh,
How do
my
you feel
God.
about it? What are your thoughts as of today?
You've had to have seen reels or anything. They're all over.
Like
the
little
place.
videos on Facebook, Instagram, nothing?
No.
TikTok,
Jesus Christ.
nothing?
No.
Oh my
So
I don't get on
that, you
TikTok.
know what that shows me? Joe does not support Captain Jack Sparrow. Continue, Nicole.
Suck my dick.
No, you
Respectfully.
don't. You don't.
Respectfully.
You don't.
What are you talking
don't.
about? What are you talking
What-
about?
how much of the trial have you
I
watched?
supported him when it came out that he was beating this bitch with no proof.
And
Whoop her ass.
what-
You still Captain Jack
You
Sparrow.
got no proof?
Huh?
What if they talked about in the trial the past week? Exactly.
Wait, no, what are you
Go
talking
ahead,
about?
Nikki.
I said I supported him when it,
What have they talked
but you're
about
not
in the
supporting
trial
him
this week? You're not
in
supporting
the
him during the trial.
because I supported him when it wasn't no
Are you
proof. that he
supporting him
fell.
during the trial while he's going
Apparently-
through one of the roughest times of his life?
What you mean, watching it?
Yeah.
No, why the fuck I gotta watch it to support him?
Because the numbers mean something.
I've been saying,
Yeah, they
get
do.
the fuck out of
And
here.
according to that little Twitter analyst,
Yeah, that is
a
true.
lot
That is
of
true.
people supported him back when he.
They
initially
supported
came out.
him so much. The second go around of like the Twitter numbers, they had to take "I support Johnny Depp" the hashtag. They had to take it out because it blinded all the other statistics.
Like hashtag Amber Turd.
I'll actually believe.
No, you stop. Go. Nikki.
What am I saying about it? Because I've been watching this whole goddamn
How do
thing.
you feel about
Eating
it as of this
up.
week?
It is fucking fantastic. Amber Heard is a horrendous actress. I don't know how the fuck she got any sort of movie ever because holy
Bro.
shit, she cannot even pop a tear to save
Son,
herself
son.
from $50 million.
Bro, so we like the biggest game that has been played since this trial started is, wait, what movies has Amber Heard been in?
Stop.
So we started looking them up. She was in Pineapple Express.
Apparently.
I'm sure you're a pothead. You remember that movie, Q?
I do.
You remember the part where Seth Rogen's on the phone? Oh my God, Angie, I miss you so much. I'm so sorry. And she's like, oh my God, I miss you too, Dale. He's like, really? Oh wait. So this just shows me how mature you are. Yeah. You remember that scene?
Yeah.
She couldn't even cry during that scene. You watch her doing it, she's not shedding a fucking tear. She can't do it in a movie. She can't do it in court. She sucks.
There is
gotta pee.
There is one movie I'd be like, she did okay, but I can't even give her credit for that no more.
What is that?
Never Back Down.
What was she in Never Back Down?
Never,
The bitch that betrayed the man.
Oh my.
never back
Never
down.
back
What was
down.
that again?
Yeah, she was the
About to Google
the bitch your boy fell in love with.
Okay.
Yeah, like the main bitch.
Look, I feel like they're both telling the truth about each other.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Holy shit. She was that.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm gonna agree with you to a certain extent because like Johnny Depp doesn't give off the most stable vibes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But
Like
he's Captain
yes.
Jack Sparrow. He can
He's-
do anything he wants.
He's
to me.
really playing into it a lot like that. But I'm like, look, don't get carried away, Nick.
You know what I'm saying?
You was passed out on cocaine.
Yes. So I think that's
But we
the
could
thing.
assume that already.
They're pushing the drugs so much, and it's just like Johnny's been very open about the fact that he's always done drugs.
Period.
He hasn't hit it.
But let me tell you something. I don't like when they demonize. They try to use the public's lack of knowledge about drug use against them, and
Yes.
they always do. Especially when somebody overdoses. I'm like, you can't even overdose on that shit like that. You know
and
what
it's
I'm saying?
like, oh, he did drugs, so
They killed
clearly
him.
he hit her. And
Yeah.
it's like,
yeah.
there's a lot of drug heads that aren't violent.
Period.
That's not
They
not
go
a
pass
thing.
out.
Yeah.
You know.
Bro, I am way too high and focused right now to do anything to anyone.
Period.
First of all,
Yeah, like you can be a drug addict and not be violent.
Period. They be
And-
really humble because they trying to get you to buy him some more drugs.
I woke up the baby.
So the thing is that, like, in all the recordings that both of them are coming up with, Johnny sounds the exact same. When he was in court, he sounded the exact same the way he's talking. And then you hear Amber, and she sounds like a fucking monster in all those recordings.
Psychopath.
And then on stand, she's like, I'm just so innocent. I had a black eye. No, the fuck you didn't. No, the fuck you didn't. Because you said you were using a color correction kit that came out 2 years after
Talk your
alleged
shit, babe.
abuse began, bitch.
No, did you hear her catch herself on the stand? They brought her the color correction kit that she said she originally used, and she was like,
Sometimes they come in for
No.
it,
She was
sometimes
like,
they come in
yeah, it was something like this. Obviously, it wasn't this one,
But
and
you
it was
know
like,
what?
oh,
I will defend her on that and say this. I've been around the entertainment kids a lot. Girls like her will get early products of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever been somewhere and they give you like a taster or
Yeah.
a sample
Okay, yeah.
or something like
Yeah,
that?
we did that.
And then months later, it comes out, but the packaging is different because they're
You're right,
using
you're
you
right,
as a
you're right.
test. It's a test market type thing.
yeah,
So
I got you.
they-
Yeah, I've gotten test products before.
Yeah, they twist that.
She still be lying.
She still be lying, but I understood what she meant by that. Like, they tried to make that like a smoking gun. I was like, nah.
No, but apparently
yeah.
hers was very specific.
Yeah.
That's why everybody's losing their mind. And that's why the company itself stepped up and was like, we didn't release this product until this year.
I think they're lying because my whole thing is this: if I'm Johnny Depp's girlfriend, bitch, you gonna make me some special shit when I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and like you can't tell me that doesn't happen.
Johnny Depp is the one that
role in Aquaman. Didn't he misheard? Excuse me.
I got myself that role in Aquaman. What are your credits for you to be an Aquaman? And then my favorite thing too was the girl that came on and she was just like, yeah, Jason Momoa got all kinds of offers after Aquaman. Amber Heard didn't get nearly as many, and Aquaman was one of the biggest movies of all time. She said Aquaman was the biggest movie of all time. First of all, no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It's in the top 25.
It is
It's not in the top 23.
really
Yeah.
okay.
If you want to do that math yourself. It's the 24th biggest movie of all time.
It's the top DC.
It is the biggest
Movie.
DC movie of all time.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay.
And
It's-
yeah, it passed up the Dark Knight somehow.
I don't know
Yeah.
how
Don't know how.
at all.
Did you like
Was not
Aquaman?
good.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was okay.
It's a good movie.
It's not better than Heath
I
Ledger's
would
Joker.
not say it's better than Dark Knight.
What are you dapping me off for like that was some mystery?
Because the numbers still say otherwise, I
If
guess.
there was
don't get that.
anything that
I mean,
I stood on.
No, here's
You
what
got
I'll
to see
No, here's what I'll give it.
him shirtless. You didn't get to see.
Jason Momoa shirtless, I get.
It's
Yeah.
brighter. It's brighter. See these?
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
These DC movies are too
Dark.
Dark. So like Aquaman, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'm thinking about
Lips on the
it.
mic, Q.
And it's really closer to like Marvel type movies than other DC movies.
At least they
are.
trying.
Yeah. Cause like I just watched the Batman and that shit. I felt like a depression or something. You know. What I'm saying? It literally did. Like even my mom said.
Wait. Since Nicole's sitting here right now, I'm glad that we have you on here this
Yeah.
week. How did you feel about Doctor Strange?
You a Marvel nerd?
I was
Q is a nerd,
I'm a
son.
Yeah.
I was
Word.
really bothered by Doctor Strange, and let me tell you why. I was like, bitch. these kids ain't real, ho. And neither was Vision. I was like, and this is the third time we're doing this. Like, we did WandaVision, like, we're crying about Vision, like, still, and I feel like no story is being told, period. And I had a lot of problems with First of all, we waited 6 years for Doctor Strange, and it was basically the Scarlet Witch. It wasn't a Doctor Strange movie at all. And I'm like, I had no problem with.
Q literally commented on my status and was like, "I see you when you went to the theater, expecting the best and getting let down."
I was so disappointed. I was like, this is the Scarlet Witch movie, but the Doctor Strange, you know, like if you saw the ending credits where they were about to go and do that new adventure, whatever that new adventure was, should have been Doctor Strange too.
Boom.
Not what the fuck that they just told us. It was.
I feel like that was definitely a Scarlet Witch movie.
And I was like, and at the end where she's limping around, I said, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me. Like, this is where we are right now in the Marvel universe. This is like, it was a lot. I was like, I don't even think that they know what they're doing for this whatever you call it, stage 4 or.
Yeah.
He said they had an article that said Hot Springs County School District #1 is definitely doing it right. The more kids who learn firearm safety, blah, 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 blah. There's a bunch of kids doing the thing. And he said the twins would be enrolled here. I've manifested my twins like the Scarlet Witch. I'm always going back to Q's fucking Facebook.
I love how he can just go to your profile and just like, I'm gonna just choose from the letter.
Because every time he talks, I'm like, I remember he said something.
I'm gonna just pick up. I'm just gonna.
You don't realize how big of a fan of Q I am, dog. Like, I'm so happy he's here. And it's funny because I didn't realize he shared the video. You could have literally went to Q's Facebook.
Yeah, I was like,
Right above the firecracker kid.
But yeah, back to the trial.
Yeah.
Oh, the trial.
Just to go back real quick.
Yes.
I am not in any way saying that Johnny is not also toxic.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Because he's 100% toxic.
He's
because you're not going to call your girlfriend like a cunt and be jealous. And
Marilyn Manson's his best friend. Come
Ooh,
on.
Did you ever read Marilyn Manson's book?
Sir, that motherfucker is. And let me tell you something. I'm actually a fan of a lot of his music. Mm-hmm. I think he's an amazing songwriter. Some of his shit is really, I mean, for dark, it really gets good.
What got me was Trent Reznor coming out and being like, oh, yeah, Marilyn Manson's a sexual abuser. I'm like, sir, I heard the stories about you abusing women together.
Sir, like, sir, you're trying to get in on this?
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed with that, but I love me some Trent. You know
Fucking like an animal.
I feel like if Johnny Depp wasn't toxic, I wouldn't like him.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
He's darkly, witchly, psychotic.
Is that a man that you're into?
But a lot of them are, he's a little too
Fake British?
Yeah. I like him real square and butch. You know what I'm saying? He's all of that, swinging
Fancy
hair and all of that stuff.
All right,
Like,
so just so we can get an idea of your type, like, what is your celebrity crush?
oh, gosh. You know what? I'll be honest with you.
We can continue after this, but I just want to hear your
I
celebrity crush.
actually don't do celebrity crushes.
You got to give me one.
I like doing crushes
or just say your type.
that you can do
No,
in
I want
real
a
life.
celebrity crush.
Oh, gosh. Who is my celebrity crush? I don't have one.
The Game?
No.
Big Sean.
He's okay.
Okay.
Getting somewhere.
We're getting somewhere, okay. Steve Urkel.
So I know in the beginning of the show we're talking about like, I don't want to say black power. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Black
But
power.
like
Black.
more activism and stuff like that.
Blacktivism?
Are you more likely to like someone black, or do you like kind of float around?
Oh, I can definitely float around. I don't like to limit myself too much.
What
you
is
know?
the word I'm looking for? We're talking about it. Like you want to have.
The Javi on Ozark.
Yeah.
That's yours?
Yeah. He's cute. Anything
The
off,
nephew?
Look, anything off of
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy. You know what I'm saying? Anything out of Oz. You know what I'm saying? No, the Oz, the old HBO prison show.
I'm with you. Tobias?
Oh, he knows.
I'll be back. Hold on.
Oh
You
my
toxic.
I'm like six Rex flags over Georgia.
What is he about to bring in this room?
Oh,
my
gosh,
goodness.
what was it?
Oh God.
Did you slam the dog in the door?
No.
Uh-oh.
It's a bag of trash.
Bag of trash that Nicole won't let go of. All right.
The bag of trash that Scott was supposed to bring out today.
That's a lie.
That's what
All right,
Scott
No. Okay, we got pictures.
All right, so Juice or Opie?
Ooh.
Don't disappoint me.
Don't disappoint me. And that means opposite of what Joe's going to say. Don't
You disappoint me either.
It's definitely Juice.
Ooh.
Definitely Juice. Like,
Trash.
We got to meet both of them.
Down that mohawk.
but you know what was weird about it? Here's what's so weird about this. In the season finale, Marilyn Manson was fucking Juice.
Yeah, no, raping Juice.
Yes. Okay. And I was like,
He wasn't enjoying
look,
it.
I was so mad because I was like, oh, you turning another one into a bottom. Oh my gosh.
Yo.
No, what made it even better was we got to actually, like, before we even got that autograph, we talked to Juice like
Yeah.
5 times before
He
that.
seems like the sweetest guy.
He's so good. Go ahead.
I know.
Go ahead.
Like that. Like he's my type. Like that's the type. You know what I'm saying?
I like
But what
him
made
with
it
the
even
shaved
funnier
head.
was-
He had
But
hair,
I mean,
though.
if he brought Opie along, that would be fun.
Opie
too.
was there. Opie was there. And he was not as nice.
He was not as
He was not as nice. But what made it even funnier was we asked Juice about, well, Theo Rossi, technically.
Yeah.
We asked him about Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
And I was like, what was it like working with Marilyn Manson? And he was like, it's a weird dude.
He's a weird
And I
dude.
was like, oh, because, and like, this was my exact words. This is like verbatim the way the conversation went. I said, oh, I thought it would be like, oh, I worked with Marilyn Manson. He's not as weird as people thought he would be. He's as weird as people think he is.
He's a witch. He's a high level witch.
I read his book.
You know, and
That's a weird dude.
he's very, very dark.
I just love that people made up the joke that like he removed his bottom rib so he could suck his own dick.
The problem with the Amber Heard and all of that kind of stuff like that is they're all leaving
Let's
out
fucking bring it back.
they're all leaving out the fact that all of these people are involved in witchcraft.
Paul
together.
Bettany,
You know?
Vision,
Yeah.
was doing coke and pills and all of the other shit with them.
They're all witches.
It's weird.
Yeah. You know, and Amber was basically their fucking gangbang girl that Johnny just got. Like I knew a group of
Do
guys.
you think Johnny took it seriously?
He married her?
So?
I mean, I'm not gonna be a multi-millionaire and just marry a bitch randomly and be going through all.
Do you
these
think it
fucking-
wasn't one of those ploys to like make her more popular?
No, because he didn't want her popular.
I mean, I could date a bitch and not take it serious.
He didn't want her to be a movie.
I've
star,
dated
just
bitches that I
support
didn't
her.
take serious.
I can marry a bitch and not take it serious.
She married him to get more popular, and he married her to keep her from getting popular. So this was always gonna be like this. Like that's why I keep saying that they're both right about each other.
Do you care about her in Aquaman?
No.
I don't even remember her face. What her face looks like.
Yeah.
Bro.
I don't even remember the
I've never watched
character's
it.
name, to be honest.
You know,
Like,
You never watched
they-
Aquaman?
They could switch her out and it would not affect me
Period.
at
I
all.
love the idea of them replacing her with Emilia Clarke.
Absolutely. I want to see. Where is
don't-
Amelia? Because we haven't seen her since Game of Thrones. Ooh,
No, she was in Terminator.
She's not gonna do it because that's
Too much controversy.
Yeah,
She won't do it.
They're already said that her and Jason were going together, so she's not gonna do it.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? And she probably don't have the talent to do it, to be honest with you.
You think so?
Hey.
Speak on the cue. Don't look at the camera.
Hey.
You don't look at the camera.
ran Game of Thrones for like a season.
I know.
For like 5 seasons.
I know, but
Hey,
like
which
I
bitch
mean,
is her?
Didn't have the talent.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
No.
I didn't.
Girl
I didn't,
fight.
I didn't like her the last season. Period.
No, nobody liked
no one
anybody
liked-
the
yeah.
last season. Everybody fucked up
I
the
feel
last
like I
season.
feel like Sansa was the only one that gave it.
Oof. And I hated Sansa.
Yeah,
I
like
love
I
Sansa.
hated Sansa.
I love
Really?
Sansa.
She didn't deserve that crown.
Oh, I love.
Just because you got raped don't mean you deserve the
Oh,
royalties.
Sansa withstood. Daenerys didn't go through nothing. Nothing.
No, Daenerys went through it all.
Starved to get.
Literally,
She got raped.
season 1, episode 1. You watch that. That is my favorite part of the Game of Thrones saga. Is that season 1, episode 1? You literally watch Daenerys get raped
But you
and
just said-
sold to the highest bidder,
In like
and
30
then
minutes.
grows herself into the highest ranking official, owning 6 armies, 3 dragons, and everything else. Sansa literally had one name, which was her dad,
Yep.
and then she grew from there.
Yeah.
I don't. agree with that at all. As a matter of fact, I like when you say Daenerys was raped and sold off, so was Sansa.
No, she wasn't.
Multiple times. Sansa was raped and sold off to Joffrey.
Not by their choice.
She wanted Joffrey, did she not?
She did. She wanted Joffrey.
But what about the next one?
She didn't want
Ramsay?
She didn't want
She got
Joffrey. She
kidnapped.
wanted the title.
No, she wanted Joffrey.
No, she did. She didn't like that nigga.
She said it from day one. My prince, are you hurt? My prince, get off of me. Don't touch me.
So did the ginger bitch.
What about the Bolton boy?
The boat boy.
No one wanted
They sold
the
her to
Bolton
him.
boy.
They sold her to him.
The boat boy?
Sansa went through a lot.
She did go through a lot.
She did go through a lot. I won't take that away from her. She didn't go through
But
more
from
than
where she
Daenerys.
started to where she ended, it was the same level. She just kind of like finally
She went through some
earned her
shit.
title.
You're right.
She went through some shit.
But like from where
You want to go inside? You want to go in there
Daenerys
and
was
we just watch Game of Thrones. We can just do this.
Come on, son, let's go.
Are you ready for the new season?
I'm afraid.
I'm not sure I'm gonna like the
Scared.
storyline.
I'm scared.
I'm afraid.
But they said Blood and Fire was a good book, and that's what it's based off.
Is it the writers of season 7?
No. They brought in all new people.
I know the story that it's based on, and I don't think that I'm gonna like that story. But we'll see. I feel like they could have done one of the other old Valyrian stories.
Which
even better.
ones? This is the one that's based off the book.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I think maybe they could have done one of the.
I'm hoping to like it. I'm really hoping that they don't ruin. There was 30-something Game of Thrones spinoffs. Is the only one that survived.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
So I'm hoping-
I'm a little.
You said 30?
There was 30-something spinoffs.
Well,
This is the only one to
There
make
were
it.
like 3 or 4.
Like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 7 was the last season, wasn't it?
8.
8? Okay, so is it the same writers as season 8 is what I meant?
No.
No.
Oh, thank God.
I
No.
think we kind of knew what you meant. And just
No,
kinda let
they
you
let it be known that they'll never touch Game of Thrones ever again. They
Thank
ruined
God.
it.
We could have wrote a better fucking last season.
The comments, like literally, if they would have ended on season 6 and then just wrote season 8 or season 7 based off of comments on Facebook,
Would have been better.
it would have been better.
They could have not killed Daenerys and the whole season could have been cool.
I think that's how it ends. I think the grit.
But you understand the idea behind House of Dragons, right?
Yeah.
I do.
When the Targaryens ruled the Iron
I
Throne,
do.
and
But
dragons ruled the skies.
I just feel like I've like
You got on your drinking?
I go on YouTube and I look at a lot of their different backstories, and there's some other ones that I felt like could have been better. I feel like this one is going to be too close to Game of Thrones, where they're fighting over the
They said
throne.
it's 300 years before Game of Thrones.
It is, you know.
But yeah,
I
we
would've-
won't get to see the Great War
I would-
anytime soon.
I would have liked the one where the Targaryens actually conquered Westeros.
It's gonna be a while before we get that.
But that one would have been better than
We'll probably be in our older ages
Exactly.
before we get that.
you know, like this could be the last one we see. Like I was just like, God, just let me live long enough to see the finale. When people would die before the finale came out, I'm like, damn, they're not even gonna get to see how Game of
I
Thrones died.
remember you were a piece of shit. Vitamin Q. I remember you were the piece of shit that said it. Before, like, remember the 2 years before the last season came out? He was like, none of y'all motherfuckers better get accused of nothing, like sexual assault, nothing, because I want my last season. And then they ruined it.
They did. But you know, it's not their fault because he didn't write it.
That is true.
You know, so this was.
But didn't he say that's how it was going to end?
And that's what he did. They consulted with him on
Yeah.
how it
He gave them pointers on where the story was going, and apparently at a certain point they took it and did it themselves. But I read that, which means that George Martin himself was probably like, let me just give them leeway, and then I'll take everything that they do and just be like, all right, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. But he still hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
At this point, he is at the latest update we've heard is that we should get Winds of Winter before the year is over.
Hopefully.
How old is he now?
He's going
Old enough, fat enough, and got diabetes enough.
But you know what? I want to say what another thing that happened. Anne Rice, one of my favorite writers.
One of the best of all time.
Period. It was so weird because like her last 3 books, I had bought them all. Like, and she started because she came back with Prince Lestat and then Isles of Atlantis, and it was like 2014. I bought that book and all the ones that came after it. I read them all in last December, and then
You on cue?
Oh, I'm fine. And then she finished them a week later. Then she died. It was so weird. And let me tell you, the last one, I went to the Uptown bookstore and got her signed copies. And then and when she died, I went back up there. I was like, "Can y'all believe she just died?"
You know, shout out, like, only because I hit up Am Rice 2 months before we started the podcast, and I told her I would love to have you on here one day. And I said, I would love to have you on the Halloween episode of our first year. We started in September of 2020. She said, well, her assistant or whatever it was said she would love to talk to you. Whatever the case may be, blah, 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 blah. Being nice. Yeah. Being nice. Like, giving me the PR, whatever the fuck. Never heard from her again. And then she ended up passing away. But it was still just the fact that it was like, I knew by the time that I emailed, and then I got an email back, they were like, they at least talked to her. Yeah. And she was like, maybe, whatever the case may be. And, like, that was cool to me.
I just always wanted to communicate with her in some type of way.
Just once.
And I was...
Regardless of what she is, queen of vampires.
Queen of witches. I was really sad, though.
But anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so we have to wrap it up soon.
Let's wrap it up.
Not yet.
Okay. Well,
how do you feel about Pete Davidson quitting SNL because he's getting too far ahead of himself with Kim Kardashian?
I don't think that's why it's happening. Okay, but everybody...
Joe and Nicole, hold on. We'll get to you in a second. Joe and Nicole.
Did he say why he's quitting?
No, he didn't say why, but he's quitting SNL all of a sudden. And
don't forget Kate McKinnon left as well.
Joe?
Kate, which one was Kate McKinnon?
Kate McKinnon was like the one that always played Hillary Clinton.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
Do you not just think the show's kind of just like...
No, SNL's been trash for years.
No, they said that they aged out that generation.
Why not Keenan?
It was Kate, Pete, and this other girl too.
So Keenan's just staying on because of his longevity already?
Keenan?
Yeah.
Keenan's probably about to leave because he got his own show.
Going nowhere.
He's going.
You think so?
I know. They're not going to set him up. They got another black person. They only keep one or two at a time.
But no, you know who they got rid of? The actual talented one. They got rid of what's his name? The one that does the voices.
Oh, I don't.
Come on. You didn't like him? Really? He was so good.
And then with that big butch woman, Leslie Jones.
You didn't like her either? I know your mama.
Nah, it's probably it's probably about to start again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think he's leaving because he's with Kim.
A Kardashian's about to ruin another man's career. It's probably about to
He's leaving because he's with Kim.
You think so?
I think so. I think it's too coincidental. He gets with Kim, the new season starts, and all of a sudden he's like, you know what? I think it's time for me to step away. Out of all the time that he's had, all of a sudden it happens while he's with a Kardashian. She's probably looking him in his face like, I could take care of you.
Gotta go be stepdad, you hear me?
You know? Which I don't like.
You don't like that?
No, he doesn't have much of a career outside of that. All
Her
of his
pussy
movies
might be fire, though.
But you know what?
Kim's pussy better be fire.
I mean, but
Look what they did to Kanye.
I'll say this.
Reggie.
If her pussy ain't fire, then that's on him because he ain't got no other prospects outside of that. They wasn't gonna let him.
That's all he's got.
They wasn't gonna let him die on Saturday Night Live, and he's the one that's not out there. Like Saturday Night Live, they're notorious for getting them people. Like if you're on there, they're gonna get you a movie. What you do from there is on you.
I'm flipping through Facebook. You know the reels? You know the reels they got on Facebook now? I'm flipping through that the other day. I land on a Pete Davidson stand-up special. What's he talking about?
Kim?
Kanye. What else do you have, bro? And I'm not taking that as a way to Pete Davidson's not funny. I think he's fucking amazing. I think Pete Davidson is underrated for who he is. Pete Davidson is hilarious. But I think he is capitalizing too much on the Kim Kardashian shit. You want to know why? Because out of all the Kardashians, he got the number one immediately.
And he was with Ariana. And
He didn't work his way up.
I feel like he was Ariana's fiance.
Yeah.
He started with Carly Aquilino, who is an amazing comedian. He ended up getting with Ariana Grande somehow. Went from Ariana Grande to fucking Kim Kardashian. And now he's like, you know what? I think I'm bigger than all of this bullshit that I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, salute your work, bro.
He should have been thinking like that a while ago, though.
Is anybody working the camera angles?
No, I'm just kind of.
That's what I was wondering.
I'm just kind of letting catch all four of us.
Okay.
Joe's just doing his thing.
I didn't.
It's not connecting to my phone like it should be.
It's recording, though.
Yeah, it's recording.
Had you told me, I would have been like, yeah, this is mine right here.
Joe literally made the angles before we started and then never touched them after. Anyway, continue.
It won't connect. Look, get some better internet.
You were saying?
I usually like a look from the above, and then I can give like, you know.
But anyway, you were saying?
I'll just say this, Pete. Poor Pete. Like, you don't want to die on Saturday Night Live. You want to get on there, do your thing, get off, make some movies.
Yeah.
He didn't make no movies. Like, he should have been like an Adam Sandler. He doesn't have any comedy movies.
Talented.
He does not.
Come on,
Exactly.
man. Come
So
on.
what you want him to do? Just sit on Saturday Night Live and just not be funny?
Like everybody
every week?
else. He's barely funny on Saturday Night
Okay.
Live. Can we be honest?
I mean, you know, I think he might have some other.
Do you like
talent.
Pete Davidson?
I like him okay enough or whatever. I mean, he looks like, you know,
As what?
I mean, like a big dick white boy. I mean,
Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. Because everybody's talking about how he's slanging meat.
you know, it's like you know,
Yeah, that's what it is. No, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I've never seen anything that makes me. I like Pete Davidson as like the personality.
yeah.
I don't like him as the comedian. I
Yeah.
don't like him as the movie star.
I don't like him as a comedian as all because he tries. I don't like anybody that delivers me jokes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like when
yeah.
they just exist.
Who's your favorite comedian?
I can't even say anymore because it used to be Dave Chappelle.
And now you have a like obligation.
Yeah, you know. You know.
Well, goddamn. But I feel like that was my thought process. Like, oh, is Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson dating? Oh yeah, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson's dating. Oh, there's drama between them and Kanye West. Oh, Kanye West made a shot. Ooh, Pete Davidson made. Oh, there's been some silence.
I mean, but like,
Ooh, Pete Davidson's leaving SNL.
I mean, but like, you know, you're not giving Pete a lot of credit. Kanye came at him really hard, and if he
No, I think that Pete Davidson handled that situation better than anybody could have.
Exactly.
I'm in bed with your wife.
yeah,
N-word.
you know, and he didn't really go there. Kanye was like, you know, Kanye was the one that left Kim and didn't give a fuck. And then as soon as she got a boyfriend, she started pretending like, oh, this man is the man in between me and my.
Now we're
whatever.
talking about something
You know,
completely different.
So
Because I think Pete Davidson handled that like a champion.
yeah. So
Yeah, I think Pete Davidson went at that motherfucker's neck like a
And I don't
motherfucking
think that,
champion.
And I think that it took an emotional toll on him too.
You think so?
Oh, definitely. Imagine motherfuckers coming at you every week and you're on a
No,
comedy
you're right.
show
You're right.
every
You're
week,
right. Yeah.
and you don't say nothing because you're trying to be cool with your new girlfriend and her kids, but this motherfucker's coming at you every week.
Facts.
You know,
So
I'm
how do
gonna
you
say
think? How do you think he should have went about it?
I think that he should have aired Kanye's ass out.
You think they should fight?
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
You should always fist fight when you're feeling some type of way.
Word.
I feel like it would be different if they didn't have kids.
Yeah. If
I
they
feel
did,
like the kids make it a little less like you can't be too messy because kids are involved.
yeah.
But if they didn't have kids, absolutely they should.
And if they didn't, if their kids weren't black too, like he was very sensitive to the whole racial aspect to it. He's like, look, I know y'all, you know, because Kanye was gonna play that my black kids card so hard, even though he didn't want to make black kids with a black woman, you know. So he, you know,
Word.
What are you looking for?
Thank you.
you know, but he was gonna play that card, and I think Pete was way more patient than I would have been, because I wouldn't have gave a fuck.
I think
All right,
that's way
so-
more patient than
Okay.
a lot of people would have been.
Period.
All right. So before we go,
Okay.
had a dream about my future family.
Okay.
Me, my baby mama, her cool tech billionaire husband, my husband, his first baby mama, who we hooked up with, cool trade from the community, and all our sandy-haired, gray-eyed babies throwing shade, judging, and being bougie to anyone who dared challenge our state of bless. What you doing, Q?
At first, I was reading like, "Oh, this sounds great. Who's this?"
At first, I was like, "Oh, that's interesting," and then I'm like, "I guarantee this is something that he posted."
No, because what's great is lately Q's shit, like at least once a day he posts your crush is outside crushing on you.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful.
You know.
But every now and then I be seeing some shit. I would have never got engaged during retrograde. Y'all are wild. And then DJ Envy's wife, Gia Casey, says she gets turned on when Envy and blah, 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 blah. I had a crush whose wife got real into our boy flirting a little. How did you feel about Gia and Casey talking about she didn't come for the first 10 years of their relationship?
I could definitely understand how that could happen.
You can understand how that could happen?
I could definitely understand.
What the fuck was that face you just made?
She's like, I understand too.
He give off bitch ass nigga vibes.
I don't like that. I don't like you talking about Tupac.
You know what I'm saying?
Envy give off bitch ass nigga vibes, so it don't seem like
He do in the worst ways.
you know what I'm saying. So it makes sense, or like I can believe it.
Yeah, but like everything that he do give off bitch ass motherfucker vibes.
Definitely. Like, even if he was about to
Don't
make
worry
me
about her.
nut, I wouldn't nut.
Did you ever give up, like, is DJ Envy your type?
Not at all.
Charlemagne the God?
No.
No. Charlemagne the God's your type? Really?
Really?
Partisan Fontaine.
He looks like he smells like
There it is. There it is. There
Charlemagne
it
a
is.
partisan. Charlemagne a partisan.
Charlemagne the Partisan. Who you talking about?
You know how, like, have you ever been around somebody and their hands smell?
Who?
Like that.
Which one?
I like Charlemagne. Like,
Okay.
You ever been around somebody and their hands have that real potent gym bags? It's like a old leather smell and funk. It's
Like
hard.
grandma's house.
Exactly. Charlemagne looks like he smells like that all the time.
Joe, give him your socials.
You don't want to do one's gotta go.
Yeah, let's do a couple. We already at 2.5 hours. Let's do this.
That's okay.
You know what? I'm all right to hear this. I want to hear some accused.
Okay.
They better be good, Joe.
Okay.
I mean, I got what I got.
Let's go. Let's go. Here we go.
right.
Number one. We're doing 3. Number 1.
All right, one's gotta go. Burgers, pizza, pasta, nachos.
Nachos.
Pasta.
Pasta.
Burgers.
What? Really?
First off, pasta?
Yeah.
Which one of y'all motherfuckers said nachos? Get the door.
You get the door. You said fucking pasta.
door.
Actually,
Pasta can bounce. Matter of fact, no, I'm sorry.
I take it back.
Pizza can bounce.
Nachos can go.
Thank you.
Nachos can go.
Respectfully.
That bread fills me up. You know what I'm saying?
You don't like burgers?
That bread is very yeasty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And say somebody takes you out on a date, right? And you've already fleeted.
What, you trying not to fart on their couch?
These are bottom problems.
Bottom
Bottom
problem.
problems.
Because you've already said.
Bottoms cannot eat hamburgers. You heard it here first.
Bottom problem.
Give me your socials. I'm done with this show.
We still good. Keep it going.
Holy shit.
Bottom problem.
All right.
You didn't crack. You good.
All right. One's got to go. Rush Hour, Bad Boys, Men in Black, The Dark Knight.
Wait.
But I can specify. It's Rush Hour 2, Bad Boys 2, Men in Black 2, The Dark Knight.
Men in Black.
Easy. Men in Black 2.
Men in Black can get the hell out of here.
Didn't nobody give a fuck about Johnny Knoxville playing all that bullshit with Rosario Dawson. Nobody cared.
You can take Bad
All right.
Boys.
Yeah, I feel like that was an easy one.
Very easy giveaway.
Mm.
What about you, Bay?
I agree.
Yeah?
Men in
Joe?
Black too.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
baby is crying.
Okay, yeah. Nobody give a fuck
Talk
about
fast, Joe.
Men in Black 2.
All right, I'm trying to get a good one. All right, here we go.
He's fine.
Biggie,
Oof.
Oh no.
Tupac Shakur, Dr. Dre, Jay-Z. One gotta go.
Oh, easy. Jay-Z. Get
Jay-Z.
the fuck out of here.
Jay-Z.
What?
Jay-Z.
What?
Look,
Jay-Z.
I'm not for New York rappers. Biggie's one of the
No,
only.
actually, everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. Nicole,
I knew that was going.
read it back. Read it back.
Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre.
What you got, babe? Because she's not a hip-hop historian. You grew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
I had family that grew up in the 90s.
Oh my God. He said I had family.
I'm 91.
He said I had family who grew up in the.
I'm 91, so I was 5 years old when Pac died.
Oh.
I cried when Pac died because my family was upset when Pac died. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you were 5 years old.
I was 5 years. I'm 91. How old are you?
I forgot.
Okay, so this is my problem.
What do you got, babe?
Like I totally forgot how old I was.
Obviously, Biggie and Tupac
Obviously, Biggie and Tupac. What?
are like
Yeah.
up here.
No, because
But
Dre's in the
in-
same.
but in
Jay
my
Z's in the
life-
same.
But in my life, I've heard way more of Jay-Z and Dr. Dre. So I don't want to get rid of them.
I understand.
I would rather get rid of Biggie or Tupac.
Exactly.
You're gonna be pissed at me.
Get rid of who.
I
about to
feel
Get rid of who you could live without.
Pac.
Bite my dick, Joe.
Pac.
I'm saying Biggie, but
It could very well be Biggie out of those two.
I feel like
Out of
I
Pac
hear
and Biggie?
more Pac. No, I kind of hear more Biggie songs. But I really like that one song by Pac for his mom.
Pac, you're a bigger fan of if you enjoy the art of rap. Biggie is more party. So, like, if you enjoy the party, like, Biggie's also a very big part of the art of rap, but Biggie also has more party songs than Pac.
I think that's my issue.
Like-
is that I'll say Biggie, but there's more songs that you're like bouncing to for Biggie, whereas Pac is more like
Chill,
there's this whole
get high.
story.
Yeah. Like, Pac's going to give you more of a story.
But I'm not
And
getting rid of the other two because
You like Jay-Z more than all of them?
through my life, I've
Give
heard
me
way more.
three
No,
Pac,
we're
Jay-Z
not
songs
playing
that you
game.
love.
Nope,
Give me 3 of your favorite Jay-Z songs.
I plead the fifth.
I
I'm terrible at names.
To me,
I
Pac
can't
and
even name
Bounce.
3 Swift songs, so we're not gonna play this game.
That's fair. What were you saying? You said Jay-Z?
I said Jay-Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cold.
Joseph,
What you said, Joe?
I said Pac.
I
Pac?
did say Pac.
You willing to get rid of All Eyes on Me?
Pac.
You ready to get rid of the Don Illuminati? All through your body? The blows like a 12-gauge shotty? Film it!
I don't want to, but if one had to go,
Come
for
with
me,
me.
as a
Hail Mary.
as a
Run
consumer,
quick, see
as a consumer,
what
like
we have
like
here
I take Jay Z
now.
over Pac.
Ride or die.
Like my thing is, I don't necessarily put on Jay-Z.
I ain't a killer, but don't push
I
me.
do.
Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. Picture paragraphs unloaded. Wise words being quoted.
We
People
sang
weakness.
enough on the last show.
Yeah.
Right.
We got through that one.
All right. It's cool that y'all wrong. Go ahead. One more. I love throwing him off like this.
We can do like y'all wrestling.
Give us
fans?
one more. Give us one.
Y'all wrestling
Nah, not
fans?
that much.
No,
Not
no?
that much.
Okay,
Not that much.
Food, more food. We can do
Sure,
food.
we do food.
Or restaurants. What do you-
I'm okay with restaurants. Let's do restaurants.
All
As
right.
long as it's ones you know we'll know.
You don't like watermelon, so don't do that.
What
Me?
kind of black guy? Never mind.
He's the anti-black person.
I don't eat watermelon.
What kind of black
See what I'm
guy?
saying?
Never mind.
See what I'm saying? That's just not hype. All right, Mickey D's.
Okay.
This is Joe's. One's gotta go.
I know what I'm saying.
Mickey D's, Taco Bell, Wendy's, Burger King.
One's gotta go.
Burger
One's
King.
got to go.
McDonald's.
Burger
Bye.
King. Burger King.
Taco Bell.
You a hater. What the fuck? Look at him like a sassy bitch.
Oh, you bold, my guy. You bold.
I personally, I'm very
A
particular.
cheesy gordita crunch?
I am very particular about Latin food, and I don't believe that.
No,
it should
stop it. Don't act like one of them motherfuckers.
I don't believe it should be eaten in the drive-thru.
Oh my god.
Joseph, what's your answer?
Period.
Wendy's can bounce.
Wendy's could bounce. Wendy's could bounce easy.
Wendy's can bounce. Yeah.
If it wasn't Taco
Actually-
Bell,
You probably eat they chili, huh?
it definitely be Burger King. Wendy's is
I love Burger
Wendy's
King.
is
That
just
Whopper's that
fresher.
Whopper.
Wendy's is the closest to
Burger
fresh.
King is trash.
That shit-
I'll keep Wendy's. I'll keep Wendy's for everybody else. Fuck McDonald's.
McDonald's has fantastic breakfast.
No, they
I'm
don't.
not
Look,
fucking
I'll keep Wendy's because the fries and the Frosties is like golden.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
keep McDonald's because their chicken strips and they fries are top notch.
The fact you eat McDonald's
What's
chicken
even
strips-
funnier? Q was even funnier was I texted Turtle and I said, "Hey, better bottom." That's the name of the episode. And he went, "I don't even want to ask."
When I tell my friends that you were like, "Hey, Trey called me a bitter bottom,"
They're gonna be like, "What?"
they go,
Oh my god, I thought Archie was about to take the. He like jumped right where the blue cord is. I thought his back legs were gonna catch it because he is not.
Vitamin Q.
He's very
Yes.
clumsy.
Give them your socials. Where do you want them? Where do you want them to find you? Where can they find you soon?
Look, come find me at VQTV on Instagram and
You know, by you saying this, that means that you have to start posting.
I know, like, and look, I prepared myself for that. I was like,
Put it
look,
like this.
I
I'm going
said-
to give you 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 2 weeks to start posting on both of those platforms, Facebook too. And if not, I'm giving them your personal.
I said, you know what, Quincy, if you go and do this podcast, you're gonna have to go and be a blogger again.
My man.
You know, you left like I feel like an old Jedi that went to Tatooine and just tried to throw it all away, and I just can't.
Look at her. Look, she got excited. She a Star Wars nerd.
So that's how I feel now, and that's why I kind of jumped out there. 'Cause
Speaking of which, how do you feel about the Mandalorian?
I love that motherfucker is sexy.
Oh, really? Look at.
Yes,
Like-
he is.
like,
and
no.
his whole daddy vibes that he's giving off, like Baby Yoda.
He's a real.
Daddy
I'm like, take care of me. Help me. Okay, make
Yes.
Sure. You're like, he's a real problem for me. As a matter of fact, it's a real problem.
I'm not the type to be like, have sex with me in that suit or like a
Oh,
costume,
no.
but absolutely
keep your
the
fucking
mask
helmet
on.
okay?
Yes.
Keep
Yes.
your fucking helmet on. Just talk to me with that little fucking whatever.
Wait, do you like him without the helmet on?
I don't know.
No.
It's either way. You know what I'm saying?
I
Really?
mean, either way, but I
Do you like
prefer
him
to
as The
keep his
Last
mask
of Us?
The Last of Us.
on.
What
I
do you
didn't
mean?
Do you never played that video game? Are you not a video game player? No. I thought you were also
But
a
he's
gamer.
he's in something else right now. He's in something else right now.
He was in the thing
Narcos.
with the Narcos. He was
No,
one
he's
of
in
the,
something else like that.
Anyway,
yeah.
give him your socials.
I love it. Okay, VQTV. I'm keeping it real simple. No more the vitamin Q because
What about your Instagram?
Because they be like the vitamin Q.
That is his Instagram. I'm on it right now.
No. You got another Instagram.
No, that's it.
That's it?
VQTV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
He made a post about IT.
Is there anything else you want to give them?
You know what? I want to start fresh. So,
You wanna start fresh?
Yeah,
Okay.
So come check me out on VQTV on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm gonna be back on Twitter, and I'm already on TikTok at the Vitamin Q. You know what I'm saying? I'll have my website back up because I want to, I'm really big on my t-shirts, and my photography has been
I need a shirt.
You do need. I would have brought you one tonight. You know what I'm
You
saying?
didn't know.
I didn't because I didn't know if I was gonna come. I have a lot of
Oh.
I have a lot of social anxiety issues.
But side note, this is the first episode that almost went 3 hours.
My baby is sobbing. Let's move on.
Yeah, we gotta go. Average Joe.
You what?
My baby
Average Joe.
is crying.
Okay, you heard
Oh.
me. Yeah, I got a baby. I need some.
LE_average_JOBY. Cause next nigga call me Joe, we gonna catch hands on the road. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Job C.
Job.
You first.
Nikki P.
And Jove19 on Twitter.
Nikki P.
I gotta follow you. You know what I'm saying?
Everything, I'm pretty sure, is NIKKI_NP.
All right, the Kardashian wedding. Nobody cares. Monkeypox is racist. Pete Davidson's only quitting SNL because he's getting too ahead of himself on that check. Taylor Swift needs to stop it because y'all need to stop giving away random fucking things. What's that other one? Johnny Never Heard. Stop it. And Travis Scott.
No, keep going, please.
That's a million fucking. You know what? Whatever. This is the Hangover Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Just woke up, couple bodies from the club dealing with this hangover.